All right. We are back here at Gulf Coast Throwdown number 14. We're getting ready to get started on Guilty Gear Strive. Got our first match on stream here, Castlefer versus Nintendo. And gonna get things going here. Wanna give Ace Combat a shout out for assisting directing the stream today. It's been very helpful.
Yep. A few mishaps here and there, as expected.
You gotta learn. You learn by screwing up.
Yep. And speaking of 10 seconds, we already have Chip at half-life. That's expected as a Chip life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like you would think for like a really low health character, like I think of like a Kuma who does like could deal a good bit of damage and a lot of vortex stuff, but it's like I don't see Chip like just doing too much. It's just he's just more crazy and hard to handle.
It's getting in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He made it work. You played Anji, I believe, right? When you're playing the older Guilty Gear games?
Way back in the day, yeah.
I'm not sure if you ever got to touch around with how he plays this one.
With the new one, a little bit. I need to get back into this game because I love it. It's a lot of fun, but I played a little bit of Anji because I was like, I've been screaming for years I want him back in the game. I guess I better play him.
Because he completely missed out on Exert. He wasn't there. Then he came to Strive.
Yep.
It wasn't good early on, but sounds to me like he got a couple of buffs there at the time and better now.
I believe he did, but I know a lot of folks still don't consider him like great or anything, but Calcifer usually makes him look pretty freaking good.
Yep, looks like it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Customer takes game one. Let's see if
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Alright, so Nintendo keep the pressure going here. Got him in the corner. Oh, twirls out. Nah, he's in a bad spot. Okay, well, he drops it.
I wonder if the twirl from Anji does it go across from Chip too? So like if Chip was like right in front of him. I mean, he was airborne. Of course, it would go forward.
Oh, would it have like gone on the other side?
Yeah, like a KOF roll, for example. How it goes through.
I want to say that it would, but honestly, I'm not sure. Wall break.
Yep. You have a lot of meter coming by to mess around.
Yep. Got it.
Good throw from Chip.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
You saw the whole press release announcement they did for the online netcode for not necessarily the netcode for this game, but their problems have been happening because of like complaints about like hackers or
I'm about to say weren't they getting like attacked or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're saying now that it's not really like the hacker's fault in this case, or like, I mean, yeah, there's a underlying system issue to go along with it, but it sounds like there's more to it than just people hack around with the network.
Huh. So, are they sure it's not some kind of attack, or because I mean they're about to release the cross, or they already did they already do the crossplay patch, or is that coming out?
I'm not too quite sure about that. I think it's not really. I don't think it is.
I think it's coming still, but
I think what I'm hearing is that they're kind of like at a standstill because of that issue that's going on here, and that's kind of giving them a pause. They don't want to affect console players.
yeah. Yeah, either way, it's messed up to be going on, but I was wondering if it might have had anything to do with that, but probably not, because I'm sure that's a whole different build. Anyway, that's probably not deployed yet. So I hope they fix it up. 'Cause I'm still waiting on the KOF crossplay patch 2, which I think is scheduled for this summer.
Duel 1.
Yep. There's a lot of network revamps going on, like as far as online functionality goes.
There should be 2 for Calcium.
Life is free.
I didn't realize that Guilty Gear Strive, their round system is 3 out of 5. I mean, not like in the game round, I mean like for tournament settings.
Yeah, the game says. I want to say they started last year at CEO.
Yeah.
Some major event moved it up to 3 out of 5, and so when they did it, that was kind of the first time, and everybody's been doing it ever since. But I remember it was last year, sometime. I want to say it was CEO, but I may be mistaken.
I mean that's cool because the health does drain a lot. That's probably the right decision there. That was fast.
Exactly.
Calcer takes 3-1 over Nintendo. Audio seemed to win out, I think.
No, yeah. So
it's a glitch.
it's weird. Yeah, if somebody pulls out a chord while they're going through their win thing, the song will stop.
Yeah.
But the sound effects will still go, and then it'll start, and then the song will start again. It's
like they
weird.
have to restart their audio driver in the game from Unreal Engine or something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So yeah, Calcifier takes that one.
3-1.
So seeing who all is here, he has a pretty good chance of going all the way. I know he's won a tournament here. It was a while ago, but he won one. Is he still playing the same set?
No, he just started because
Okay. All right, so we got 80 frame links and Getter Emperor. Coming 80 bit frames. Bed frame links. So wait, are we gonna see Bedman? Oh, yeah, split that. Well, we're bringing it from right. Get started.
enter the mayhem.
All right, so we got some Faust versus Batman.
Yep.
So the bed is actually the character, right? It's not actually the girl.
Yeah, I guess it changed from Xrd, where it used to be the whole entity of the person in the bed. Now it's like, I guess it's the bed's the one doing most of the work here.
Yeah, I never finished watching the story. So Batman dies in Xrd? That's what somebody told me.
Probably so. I'll be honest with you. I only got midway through the story and then I checked out.
I didn't even get midway. I got about a quarter of the way, and when I was like seriously like half an hour in, and I kept waiting for like the cutscenes to end so that I could play the game.
Yeah.
And then like half an hour in, I finally realized, wait, this is all just animated.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
I never went back.
You know, that was kind of the bigger problems actually. And I'm trying to recall it Strive. I think Strive you were able to play, right? Or was that?
No, I think it was also just fully cinematic.
Ooh. Yeah, you're right.
Because they went and added more to it, right? After a while.
I think it was mostly the same, but
I believe they added some more to like open the door for the DLC characters or whatever. But either way, yeah, I was like, I am not a fan of that. I mean, I'm all for story modes and fighting games and fun stuff, but you know, I got to play it.
yeah,
I would like to play it, please.
yeah.
So,
Strive, I think I was able to watch through from the beginning to end. I don't know what was the difference between that with Xrd, but Xrd, I got in like, for an hour and I just couldn't deal with it anymore.
yeah, I like I said, I had no idea that it was all only, just like basically a 3-hour cutscene. So, in Xrd, and I was seriously it's like, well, dang, how long I gotta wait to play?
Yeah, because usually stories is like a good way to just understand the characters that you play with. Sometimes
Yeah.
just get a good idea with it.
Like NRS does, when they in their story modes, they kind of, it forces you. The reason I like the way they do is because it forces you to play with characters you may not otherwise play with,
Right.
like the Injustice games and the Mortal Kombats, and even what Street Fighter V did that tried to kind of copy that to varying results.
You mean like when it didn't start with a story when it was released?
Oh, which is why I'm so excited about Thursday, because this Thursday, in case anybody watching doesn't know, is the big Street Fighter stream, 5 p.m. Central Time on Twitch, and I think Capcom's YouTube as well. Live, hosted by Lil Wayne on 420. Sure, that was just a coincidence, but I'm at a point in my life now where I'm not competing much anymore. I enjoy like the actual games of a fighting game. The fun stuff to do, and that's what this live stream should be all about. We should be seeing all the offline and single player content in this one. So we're talking about War Tour mode and everything that's in Battlegrounds, which should be the offline versus player modes, and whatever else might be hidden in there, because we know next to nothing about Battlegrounds. We know it's going to be an arcade mode in it, but that's it. So I'm very interested to see what else is going to be. I'm also assuming they're going to at least announce the DLC characters. We might even get a trailer for all 4 of them, like a sneak peek or something, because everybody knows who the characters are, so really no point in hiding it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what single player has in store, because I think the War Tour mode looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and they put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
So I want to see the depths of the World Touring. And then I also want to see what else I'll be doing outside of World Tour mode. You know, if I'm not beating everybody online. If I'm not just freaking beasting on folks online. Yeah, I'm not beasting on nothing these days, but but I'm very interested in seeing what's all on that, because you know, when Street Fighter V came out with Emperor took that one.
Yep.
When Street Fighter V came out with like such bare bones stuff, I kind of felt like everybody felt like that they could do that too, and it's like I was saying for years, it's like Capcom forgot that the root word in fighting game is game. It's like y'all forgot how to make a game. You made a fighting game, but you didn't make a good video game.
Yeah.
Because when that game first came out, if I didn't have friends or online, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I could go to training, and that was literally it. That's all you could do. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's
And,
awful.
how can you forget about the very pleasing, wonderful survival mode?
You're right. I did forget about that.
The one where else, the one place you get fight money, and you know it's notoriously hard, and sometimes you may get online disconnects, and you lose your whole streak. You know, it was a great use of your time.
Oh my God, I forgot about that too. The not even playing in online mode, but it's going to interrupt my it's going to interrupt my offline play if your network disconnects. Not even mine. Not even my internet. Capcom's network just decides to crap out. Now I'm on fight 96 of that freaking survival mode, and
You know, I was, you know, I don't know if you noticed, Nolan, but like one of the things I used to do is like do like sound sample findings, and I there was one album I found where that sound source was from.
oh yeah,
I was there, and I was like, that's from Street Fighter. I was like, that's going to haunt me. Now I know the source for this, and I hope not to put that in my favorites ever, because that haunts me. Oh. Ben Mans is putting in the work. Oh.
What in the hell is this Bedman?
Badmintons?
This bad character?
Bedman.
Hey, I go to sleep when I see this character.
So yeah, so that's his sister, right?
Yeah, Delilah.
And
She does nothing.
Is his spirit in the bed?
Something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Look, something like that is the best answer you will get to any like BlazBlue or Guilty Gear lore. Ace knows I'm right.
Yeah, that sounds
like,
about right. Yeah.
It's abstract.
That's an understatement.
So Emperor takes that one 3-0.
Two meme characters. Look how low Faust has fallen. Look what they've done. They've massacred my boy. It's like, it's funny because a lot of times people that I'll talk to that have only played Strive, and I'll tell them, because I'll say this every time I hear someone complain about Faust. It's not too many times, but when it does, I'm like, hey, this is like his worst version. And he's like, he gets better? I'm like, yeah.
I remember when this game came out, all Emperor talked about was how bad he was in this game. It's like, really? I don't know.
He's
you
pretty bad.
seem to be doing pretty good with him.
It's because no one else plays him. There's a certain knowledge check involved.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, if I'm beating folks in this game, yeah, something's wrong.
I kept winning these monthlies for like 4 months straight without practicing, and that definitely meant something was wrong.
And I beat you, and I only touched the game once.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
This game sucks.
if you want us to hear us, you got to talk to the mic.
I think he said Super Turbo.
Yeah, so it makes me remind me of Super Turbo, right? Where damage is really high, where like almost anything can happen.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
And
kinda
I think
like
that's why I
Strive
love. I've always had I've always leaned toward games where the damage is high.
Yeah, DNF.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I absolutely love Sam Show, and I think that's why I love this game. I know a lot of Guilty Gear fans are not fans of Strive, but I love Strive because Potemkin is finally as strong as he should be.
He's gotten
fun
worse.
too.
Yeah,
They keep nerfing him.
I don't know why, but
He's kind of the equivalent of his Rev 2 self right now. Yeah,
I mean, as long
he's
as
bottom 3.
as long as the pop buster actually hurts, because that's what killed me on Exert. It was like the scaling of
hurt.
it. The first one did
Yeah.
like half your life,
Yeah.
but then the second one did like 20%.
Well, that's
and then
just
the third
guts.
one did like a fourth. It's like what?
Yeah. I mean, that's just guts.
Screw guts.
Griffith did nothing wrong. Oh God, I remember I changed my DNF tag to Griffith did nothing wrong, or Griffith was right.
Griffith was right.
Griffith was right.
Wow.
And I got pinged in like the DNF discords. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
but yeah. So I got pinged in the discords. I got pinged in it twice. One was because why do we have a Crusader player named Griffith was right? That's messed up. And then the second tag was what was it? I changed my tag to the racist. Yeah.
racist. Huh?
Yeah. I changed it to that because there's a meme about like certain characters, like their players are just racist. So I was like, you know what? Nah, no one deserves this tag. I will take this tag.
Well.
I'm playing the Lord's character.
Well, hey, it could be something about cars, right? You just say, hey, I was just really just digging cars. And I
Hey,
just
you
misspelled
know
it.
that Daytona 500, 700, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yep.
Oh no, people. I'll get pinged every now and then when I'll play someone online, and it's just like, yo, why is there someone here? Are they good to go? Yeah, cornbread shrugs. You dropped the pickle, Nolan.
Yeah, I was gonna get it.
Oh god. Yeah, I get pinged every now and then on that tag, and then every time people will find me randomly online, it's like, why do we have who's the Crusader player named the Racist in here? And
What?
yeah, I'll change my tag to that every now and then to throw people off.
That'll do it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what, man? What you got a problem? we got a problem here? What you gonna do about it? You lost to the race.
Wow.
Oh, button check. They're
Button
gonna
check,
do a button
okay.
check. It's two Faust players. Why do they care about a button check? Like, why do we have so many Faust players? What's wrong with these people? Play a real character. Oh god, I remember I saw a cursed tweet from Umisho, top Happy Chaos player. He's like, Nago is the most unrealistic fighting character ever created. I'm like, you play Happy Chaos. You came from Overwatch. Go back. Like, I'm sorry, but the irony of just out of everyone you could have played, you were the one to say you play what you play, and still said that. It was like, please. So I think Faust loses this. Yeah, he definitely loses this matchup. 7-3.
We all lose.
Yeah, we all lose, exactly.
When Strive boots up, we lost 7-3.
All right. Let's just keep up with the colors here. All right.
So
Where's the white one? Got it.
Nolan, I don't know if I like the description. They're both white.
Jesus. The white shirt in the game.
So I'm not gonna lie, we do not play much Strive at our locals anymore for mentally sane reasons. So I have no idea how much Shrugs has been practicing in this game. It looks like he's got a good foothold on the matchup with himself. That was a good drill.
Huh.
I still hate that they made that negative on hit, but Daisuke can see me in hell. Stinky Faust. And for get out of here, you Stinky Faust players. Why don't you play a real character like Happy Chaos?
Any top tier would be, I guess, a real character in this case. I mean, unless we want to, do we consider Leo a real character?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, granted, you could still play Happy Chaos, and I'd imagine you're just playing a shooter with aimbot.
Toggle on. Right?
Yeah, you're just playing like Valorant with hacks, with wall hacks.
I need to get back into this game. I haven't played it in months and months and months.
You don't want to get back into this game. You want to get back in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
When it comes out in 2 months, you can suffer for like 2 more months, and then you'll be fine.
Not even 2 months. Little over a month and a half.
Yeah, that is true. I still got to sign up for that as CEO.
Yeah, CEO's the week before, right?
Oh, yeah, before this monthly?
Before, yeah.
Is it before this monthly? I thought it was after.
Well, the Street Fighter, the Oops All Street Fighter, I think they told me it was the week after CEO.
Oh, well then, yeah.
So, because that was the first thing I asked when they told me about it.
Yeah, speaking of CEO, I heard that there was MobaCon going on, and that's what... I have made a mistake. Forget what I've said. Yo, this Faust matchup is, it's pretty hard for Faust. Yeah, look how bad this matchup is for Faust.
Yeah.
Like, how does he deal with his own normal? How does he deal with his own pokes? That's what I've been talking about this whole time.
It's dark times indeed, right?
Dark times.
Dark times for this character.
And as we said in the beginning, dark times for all of us.
Yeah.
I saw how, like, when this game came out, Elven Shadow was just like, I can't play Guilty Gear anymore. They've made him so bad. I've been a Faust main for like 10 plus years, and they've done this to him.
That's pretty much what I heard from everybody who plays Faust. It's like, oh my god, he's terrible in this game.
They could have made him mid. Here's the thing, though. They could have made him, like, pretty mid. Like, a pretty mid-tier character, and they still would have been like, they've massacred this character. I feel like Faust has been spoiled enough. Let him be bad. Yeah, let him be bad. Take away more. Bomb, too strong. Paper bomb, get that out of here. Hammer, you cheating. Make everything more negative.
Like I said, I'm coming from Potemkin and excerpt, so I don't want to hear.
Yeah, but no. Grapplers have to be bad.
According to some folks.
To people who don't know about fighting games, grapplers have to be bad characters.
Whatever. I mean, he's really... Everybody always says I play with grapplers, and that's not actually true. It's like the only grappler characters I really play with is Potemkin in this game and, like, T-Hawk.
Yeah, Abigail doesn't really count as a grappler at all.
I play with brawlers, I keep telling everybody.
Yeah, Abigail's just a big boy.
Yeah.
Big boys and grapplers are two different things.
We always get in the fight about, well, he has a command grab.
Oh, my God. A command
and it's
grab
like,
does
so
not
just
make
because
a
somebody has a
character
command grab,
grappler.
that makes for grappling, and I always end the fight by going, okay, so Guy is a grappler then. And they go, oh yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, like one command grab does not equal grappler.
Exactly.
Like that's just dumb.
It's like E Honda has a command grab. He's not a
He is a
grappler.
He's a rush brawler type
Yeah.
character.
He can kind of switch between that and
Turtling.
yeah.
I do like that though. I like that's what I kind of like about him in 6. Now, granted. Wait, you did not update the scoring.
Yeah, I think
it's
there should be
2-0
2-0
shrugs.
Shrugs, yeah.
Now, I know what some of y'all may be thinking. Why are we not commentating this match? It is a foul smear. This is really
I couldn't really update the scores because I couldn't tell which boss was which. So I was like, it's pointless.
It doesn't really need to be like detailed. That happened to me once at I was commentating the Dino tournament, and it was a launcher mirror, and I was like, "Oh, this is what the fuck is this?" Like, I'm not. So we just joked around the whole time. Yeah, guess who got complaints, and I'm not allowed to commentate anymore.
Uh-oh.
He's like, "Why did you commentate my match? Do you have something against me?" He's like, "No, it's a launcher mirror. What more are you there to gain? You're playing your own characters."
It's like I'm just watching two very tall girls shoot at each other.
She's kind of messed up right now.
Really?
Yeah, she's a fairly solid character.
Now they're about to update it again, the
Nope.
gameplay again, or
Nope.
Isn't that not what they said?
They are gonna update the game. I could be mistaken. It's either like after Evo or when Spectre comes out. They said summer for the character, which is insane. Like it's basically like a year. It would be almost a year since they announced that character.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying.
So that's any time between what, June and September?
You know when they say summer, they're talking like the second fall starts. You know?
Yeah.
I get it if you want to be optimistic, but like history has
so
shown
October.
different. Yeah. Which is insane.
I mean, I think that just goes to show they had absolutely no intention at all of doing anything other than release the game.
It's kind of sad because I think that game is actually designed pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know if they just didn't expect it to do as well as it did, or just made no other plans. Like we'll release this game. It'll be an advertisement for the game we want everybody to play, and that'll be the end of it.
Well, in Korea, the game's pretty popular.
Right.
Because DFO is extreme. DFO is, I believe, top 3 in the most grossing MMOs ever. Which is really weird because it's only grossing in Korea. So that means all of that wealth is just going from Korea. That means a ton of people over there spend a lot of money in that game.
Right.
Also, yeah, Faust wins. But yeah, like, so I think because it did decently in Asia. It didn't do great in the West, and that includes Europe. The problem that the game has, which I think it would help give it sales more, the regional pricings are actually still messed up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the regional pricings are like 3 times as much.
Whoa.
Yeah. Granted, Is
that like an exchange rate thing, or they just want to get more money out of the places that don't play as much?
It's an exchange rate glitch thing. Like, it's not supposed to be that much. You're paying like a couple $100 for the game, so it's like it's a weird glitch that for some reason just hasn't been fixed. I don't know why, but look, you look at my results. Whether people disagree with me or not, I'm pretty well off as a top player in that game. I cannot recommend you even paying $50 for that game. It's not that I don't think the game is worth it. I just don't think fighting games in general are worth like $50+. You know, unless it's basically a game that will guarantee you a extreme constant amount of community play, basically either Street Fighter or Tekken.
Coming up, yeah.
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 Like, those are the only 2 games where I would be like, yeah, pay that $50. Otherwise, every other fighting game is like a $30 type of game.
Mortal Kombat, I'll probably throw in there too.
Okay, yeah. MK has a lot of single player content, so I could throw
just,
that in.
Just as a game,
Yeah,
it's
we gotta
always
consider
going to
like
be.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're
much
talking
content
that
rich.
too, I would say maybe Grand Blue as a $40
Yeah,
game.
I would agree.
I think Grand
Yeah.
Blue as a $40 game is really fair.
Yeah.
Especially Rising. I hate how Rising is going to charge you as an extra game. That is some stupid shit.
So yeah, I guess they're kind of treating it like
no, they're just selling it as a different game.
like Super Street Fighter 2 is like it's more or less the same thing. We're just adding some stuff to it, like new characters.
Wow, this is great.
a little shinier coat
Yeah.
kind of
It's
deal,
just Grand Blue 2.0.
but not 2.
That's the thing. It's not 2.
Yeah.
It's just 2.0, and they're basically just going to sell it as if it's the second game.
Yep.
I really don't like that, but
Hey,
it's Psy Games.
as somebody that grew up in 92, 93,
Yeah, they're going to do that.
94, Street Fighter 2,
Oh, yeah.
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition,
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, which they should have called Street Fighter 3.
I
They
mean,
would've-
5 did that
They
with
would
the
have saved
arcade
themselves
edition.
a lot of grief. Yeah.
Arcade Edition, Ultimate Edition,
Yeah.
Ultimate Arcade Edition. They had like 3 different variants.
So
Like,
that's kind of
Granted, it's getting much better netcode. People can actually
God, I
play the
hope.
game.
because folks.
I
think-
love that game.
I think folks forget how bad the netcode was.
No, like netcode killed that game. Like,
yeah, it
I-
did for me. Plus, for some reason,
The game was genuinely really good.
I love to watch it, and I like to play it. But like, I'll play it for like an hour,
Well, if you're playing
and then
it
I'll
online,
just get bored with it for some reason. And that's what I always say is like, I will watch other folks play it,
Yeah.
especially like at big events where
Yeah.
really good players are playing. I love to watch
high level
folks
play
it,
is
but
really exciting for that game. I think if you're playing it online, you immediately just want to turn it off. That's the whole thing with it. The netcode is just so bad on that game, and I think it's now finally like we're gonna be able to give the game a proper chance. That's what I hope for, because I actually like the game probably I like it a decent bit more than DNF. And DNF was definitely like one of my I thought it was a great game. I thought it was pretty well designed. I was like, wow, this is a good game. Good movement. Good mechanics in general. Overall, well off. It does have a lot of messed up things. It messed up in like yeah, you could two-touch someone. It's like it's made by Marvel team. You're gonna have that.
Yeah,
That's what turned a lot of people off from it. People don't like that when this game does the same thing. Which that's what I always tell people. It's like, yeah, Stripe does the same thing. He's like, no,
Stripe
you
does the same
can't.
thing.
I show them one soul combo. He's like, but that's just soul. He's like,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay. It's a denial thing.
Who also has a command grab, therefore he is too
Oh, yep.
a grappler.
Hey, we got 1 grappler, 2 grappler, 3 grappler, 4 grappler, 5 grappler.
So many
A lot of
grapplers in
these
this game.
A lot of these characters have command
So
grab.
many grapplers in this game.
I think
up?
the audio.
Oh, the audio.
No, it's in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I hear. It's the character
music when they-
selection music is off.
Yeah. So when they plugged in the controller, it killed the
Yeah.
music again. It'll start back up.
Yeah.
It's weird. So, it's like the wind screen, the music will replay. The character
Yeah.
select screen does not.
But here, no, it doesn't until it goes into the match.
No, I'm saying, are you? Okay, they're gonna do a button check.
I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
Straight into it. Cool.
Straight.
Awesome. Let's go.
You always want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
the second they started putting the ability to change your buttons before you got into the game, I was like,
saving.
no more button checks.
We have
then.
another Faust? Yep. Yeah. You're good. Another Faust? What is wrong with you people? Oh my God! Now y'all decide to play this fucking character?
Why does everybody? Why is everybody playing this horrible character?
This is just
I don't get it.
This is a roster of low tiers, and it's like only 3 characters. I've been here for like 3 matches. But
We're the Bitmans.
yeah,
We're
at
the-
80 frame, and he lost.
We're the-
Guess what? Faust.
We're the Potemkins.
So Calcifer, I mean, shit, like He's been doing so well with this character. That's the thing about Anji. Like, people that have stuck with this character have been doing pretty well overall. Not, like, major-wise, but, you know, in these types of tournaments, they've been doing solid.
Yeah.
Although, if you look at that result, and then you look at, like, how they do in mages, it's like, yeah, it kind of reminds you this character is not really playable. He's got a lot of damage, though. Look at that damage. oh, look, he got 2-touch. Look at that. Are we going to complain about getting 2-touch now? No, that's such a stupid argument. I don't know. People don't know what they want. I always think that. People just don't know what they want. Like, I guarantee you, the second 6 comes out, because I've already seen comparisons, they're going to compare, like, the whole Drive Impact, Drive Rush to, like, V-Trigger. No, like, not as a similarity comparison, but just like, this mechanic is dumb. This mechanic is just, it lets people do whatever they want. Just like V-Trigger.
Like I always say.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I thought it was going to overwhelm people.
It,
but
I
that's
mean,
my brother to play it. I mean, it was kind of like, we're like, oh,
it's
you
a
can do
pretty
this stuff,
simple
but-
mechanic.
Yeah.
No, not drive impact itself, the entire drive gauge and what
Oh,
you can do with
yeah.
all together. Where from someone who comes from 4 or 5, for example,
Yeah.
there's a lot because it's trying to comprise all the types of mechanics from previous games. and try to
Yeah.
merge them one. Which
Yeah.
it actually is good.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's a
it.
good
Time
mechanic.
into it.
No, I think it. I think the whole drive idea, it's a really good upgrade from V-Trigger. I didn't really like V-Trigger mainly because I just thought it was people relied on it so much. Like, it was very much of like, just my character isn't real until I have V-Trigger.
So,
And
yeah.
I didn't
A
really
lot
like
of times,
that too
yeah.
much.
Yeah, it depends on the character, but yeah.
Yeah. But with Drive, it's just like, yeah, everyone's pretty much relatively a character, with or without it.
Yeah. And I like how I like how it's separated from your super bar too. So like your EX is there and all your drive skills and stuff, obviously.
No, I think the
So-
rage meter is great, and then you get burnout. So it's like,
Yeah.
you have a second resource. You want to keep going through this so quick? Damn.
That's why it's 3 out of 5 now.
Yeah, there's a reason why this game's 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the fact that people have to manage a secondary resource, and you know, when you're in burnout, things are more plus. Like, so it's like, yeah, you got punished for not having proper resource management. So I think it'll really separate, even if you're picking a top tier, it'll really separate like the good and the bad players, regardless of who you're picking, within, you know,
Yeah.
relativity. Like,
And for anybody who hadn't played it yet and are afraid that, like, specifically drive impact is too strong and you don't feel like you'll ever be able to counter it or whatnot, I can counter a drive impact. If I can counter
grab it.
anybody can.
yeah, you can grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can be thrown. And I
You
think
can
it's one of
jump
those things that,
Yeah.
you know, when it starts, that was
And it's
quick.
negative on whiff. Like,
That
it's
was-
pretty negative on whiff. Damn.
Quick 3-0 there. It's like, did the match even
Yo,
start?
Calcifer, you want to get through that any quicker? Damn. It's like, yeah, this is the monthly. I gotta get through this quick. I gotta be done in like an hour.
I got homework to do.
It's like, man, I gotta get home for dinner.
It's a fighting game tournament, not a speed run.
Yeah, Jesus. But
I saw that once. Someone came and brought their stream setup. It was like, I'm a speed run a tournament.
okay.
They did not.
If
They
you,
went
if
0
you can. You know, somebody who only slept about 4 hours last night and have one more tax
taxes.
one more tax return to do tomorrow afternoon.
Don't remind me about taxes. I haven't done mine.
What? Don't even.
What?
So you know it's due on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I know it's due on Tuesday.
So what are you waiting for?
I'm lazy. And I forget about it. And I have homework and shit too. I'm a college student. Damn it. I'll get it done. Don't worry about it.
That's
The
all you.
IRS will not come for me today.
That's all you.
Yeah. I'll get it done.
It's like if you lived up here, I'd be like, well, at least you have until October to file and pay. So because you know we had the emergency stuff up here,
I started
disaster
it.
area stuff.
Like, I started it.
But you're in Florida, so I
Yeah.
don't think there's any of that down there.
Like,
So
I started it. Okay. I'm like,
Actually, I'm wondering if those.
I think I got like halfway through finishing
Okay,
that stuff, so I just
you
haven't
got it.
finished it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
taxes is a little boring. Look, man, who has fun doing that?
I mean, I don't. I make money doing it. It definitely
Well-
ain't fun.
Well, then you gotta ask yourself, do you have fun making the money?
I have fun spending the money.
Well, that's a. I mean, that's that's a different
I
cause.
mean, just this past week
okay.
alone, I could buy 3 PS5s if I wanted to. But
Okay, go on.
that's neither here nor there.
I've been trying to. I gotta finish my registration because like I'm taking too many classes to get like a regular part-time job, like just dealing with the hours and all that. So I've been trying to like get back on doing like food deliveries and stuff like DoorDash and Uber Eats. And oh my god, I forgot how terrible people are. I forgot just how worthless some people could be.
I could not do
Oh
my
my
job.
god, we have more low tier.
Not to mention the neighborhoods you gotta be too. So
I mean, a lot of
Not
times I'll
big.
just stick by the college campuses because, you know, students are just going to spend all their money on food deliveries. And around those campuses are like the best fast food spots to eat in town. Like, you know, Five Guys, Steak and Shake, all that.
That's Adrian, yeah.
Man, just put him as Bucky's hat. We got Bucky's hat and MTV hat.
Bucky's had an MTV hat, exactly.
Oh, thank God, a real match. Adrian's
it's
the
probably-
Leo.
So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Adrian's the Leo, and I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting the other person's name.
Was it Trill? Yeah, Trill.
Just
Just put chip player.
I will rise above everything in my way.
So yeah, that's just what I've been doing. So it's always just been students, and like the good thing though is that these kids are like they have this weird sense of moral where it's like they feel like they're forced to tip a lot because I'm like doing the customer service working class type stuff, and it's like yeah, you feel bad for me. That's how I feel. Okay, yeah, this is not a button check.
Yes.
Oh, he tried to command grab there. That's like the one bad thing about this character. They keep buffing Leo. It's like, yeah, Leo wasn't good at... His mix was not good enough. Let's make it better.
Yeah.
And they kept just saying that throughout every patch. It's like
I mean, even I kind of agreed. Like, compared to Excerpt, it was like they went a little
his mix is way better in this than it is in Excerpt.
too, well, maybe now. Not when it first came out.
Yeah.
Even
I don't
even
remember.
I thought they toned him down a little too much. And I hate fighting him.
I mean, he's just neutered. Like, that's the thing about this game. Like, a lot of the earlier characters, they're just neutered versions of themselves.
Oh, he missed.
Except for the ones that are just reworked entirely. Like, Jacko, I think, is better in this game than, you know, she was in Excerpt, and she wasn't really even, like, a completed character in Excerpt. So, we have Chip doing Chip things. Oh, he could have killed.
Oh.
That was disrespectful. I don't know, man. I'd get mad salty if someone did that to me. And I should know, I do that to other people.
Okay, so one thing I was confused about,
Oh,
I know, like, storyline-wise,
oh, in this game?
just in the series as a whole, I know, like, an Excerpt.
Yeah.
So, Leo is a king,
Yeah. Leo's a king,
and Chip is a
president.
president.
Yep.
Of where?
Somewhere in like South Africa or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been wondering about
And he's a recovering crack addict.
that. Seriously?
It's not crack,
Or
but
this
it,
world's
but it
version
is-
of crack?
Yeah, pretty much. It is a
drug related.
it is a drug that
Yeah.
is basically the same effects that would do to a person as crack would.
Gotcha.
That's why his health is so low,
Okay.
because his body's fragile from all the drugs.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know about that.
It's fitting, right? He's crazy in gameplay, but he's low in health.
Yeah,
about justifies their reaction from it.
I think it's a little Easter egg. That was a good burst bait.
Wow.
What is a king to a president? Leo, in actuality, he represents a lion's pride, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, he's based off of the lion from Wizard of Oz. Because what's a quality of the lion from the Wizard of Oz? He wants courage,
Yeah.
but he's a coward. Leo's the same thing. He's a coward. Yeah, I know. I thought it was like a little,
Clever.
it was quirky, interesting. Ooh, that was a great 6-speed. Oh, he grabbed the mix. Good DP. That DP is nuts. I'm sorry. That's a charged DP. That's just nutty.
And hitting the clones is like a lot more damage too, right?
Yeah, the thing is, too, is that you can RC cancel from the DP, even on whiff, and it's like, oh my god. So, like, there are instances where you can make it safe. Oh, I don't know why you didn't do that.
Gonna be it.
Oh, I think the RC cancel on
Okay.
whiff is a lot later. I believe that's what it is. But is this another?
That was quick.
That's another quick three. Man, what's wrong
These
with you
games
people?
fly.
Yeah, no, this game goes by quick.
Yep.
That's why there's an actual conversation about it going on. Like, I think maybe a year into this game where people were actually wanting like 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7. That might be a little too much.
Well,
but
this game goes by
I don't know,
really
yeah,
quick.
But when you get stuff like that, it's like,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like, if they did 2 more games, they would have already been done with the game. Like this,
Like yeah.
we've been talking. They would have already been
Game
done with the
4 might have been done by now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, to an extent, I agree, but it's also like, even no matter how fast of a game is, 3 out of 5 is just. I feel like that's just the limit you can really go to. You don't really want to see a grand finals of like 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7 or 7 out of 10.
Should be in there. Oh, commentary.
What
Oh,
is
you're
it?
talking about him. Hentai Tidal Wave.
Head tidal wave, yeah.
Or as I used to say whenever you first changed your Twitch channel, Hentai Dal Wave.
That's
Like, what the hell is a Dal Wave?
That's what a lot of people say.
And then you finally explained it to me. I was like, oh, okay, I see now. I get it.
Oh no, like, okay. So, I got top 8 at Arc Rebo in Japan, right?
Yeah.
It's probably my second greatest accomplishment. Imagine you're in Japan and you have that name. You're in Japan and
I
you have that
imagine.
name.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they didn't even want to call me that. They did not want to call me
Probably not.
that. They
I'm
did
trying
two
to think
things.
of what the equivalent would be over here. I probably wouldn't even say it.
I couldn't even tell you. No. So. Oh, what's it? Pervert. Yep.
Well, no, but like the
continuity of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like what it means over there. Like,
Yeah.
it's
No.
probably like calling yourself like a Big Tit Dan or something.
That'd
It's
be funny though.
It's like, okay,
I do
we should
these.
call you Big T.
I do these things because it's like, first thing is, that name gets burned in your head. Like, you'll see that name in a major, and it's like, oh, I know that guy. And
Oh, that's the hentai guy.
yeah, and the second off is just like, it's just funny. You'll get a chuckle out of it. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you said his name was what? What
Just-
the wave?
just tell anybody in Japan,
Oh god,
Soul has, the F word on his head, although I think they changed it to free now or something.
they
Yeah, but it's like, hey,
They-
you know what that means over where I'm from?
The players thought it was hilarious. The commentators and the devs had a very different response.
Did they
I
call
met-
you? Did they just call you something else or
They just called me hentai-san.
okay?
They it was funny because I met with the head dev of DNF and the one of the head producers of like Arxis publishing games, and both of them asked me, and it was like, "Why would you name yourself?" They're like, and every time I'm commentating, because we as the players when we were there, we could hear them. Like they were doing live commentating and everything. They got so questionable. They wanted to keep calling me by my team tag, and so they asked me. They were polite about it, and I was like, "No." I was like,
No, you will call me by my name,
you
sir.
won't say my first and last name. Oh god, no! They thought it was hilarious.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh, it was so funny. Yeah, I think the dev had like the funniest reaction. Giuna had the funniest reaction as
Oh,
well,
Lord.
because
Imagine.
Giuna was like, "This is the first. This is the first time an American has made a top 8 in Japan in forever." And it has to be a motherfucker named Hentai Wave with a porn stash. I'm like,
Wow.
and then the dev was just like, I didn't expect an American like yourself to come here. But that's the memories, though.
Yeah.
Those are great memories. So we
Yeah.
have Geo, more Faust.
Another Faust.
So this is definitely not a button check. They're just going. Never mind.
Is it?
Never mind. I'm stupid. If this is not a button check,
If this is the button checker, this is something weird's going on. All right, yeah. Button check.
I saw a dude one time at like a DreamHack years ago. He tried to do like a whole button check real match trick thing. He's like, yeah, we'll do a button check, and then like he just smacked the shit out of him. He's like, oh yeah, one on me. And then the guy was like, no, that was a button check, and then basically it just counted like who's lying or not, because no one was watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Street Fighter match, so whatever. And I'm giggling like in the corner. I saw the whole thing. I'm just giggling. I didn't want to say who was who. I wanted to see if he could get away with it.
Man. Didn't
He did get away with it.
didn't Wolf Crone get accused of doing that like a lot?
Wolfcrow gets accused of doing everything under the sun, man.
Or didn't he get caught doing it actually? And
No, he
then
got
other
caught.
folks came out and was like, yeah, he did the same crap to me.
Didn't he get caught rigging brackets?
I know he got caught for like doing like something shady on online tournaments in the past.
Shady.
As far as like
What? Rigging brackets? That's what I did. Okay. I admit to influencing a rig on one DNF bracket, not a major, but a weekly.
Oh.
That is the only thing I'll ever.
It's this week. That's not a big
Yeah, no one gives a shit. I was like, yo, change my seating. Let me fight this dude instead. That was all it was.
Now, if it was me, it would be a no, but whatever.
And,
'Cause
look,
I've had folks do that before.
DNF,
It's like, can I play somebody else?
as
no.
much as I love that game, it is really like the same 30 or 40 people entering. So
Right.
it's like, as bad as that is to say, it's not bad to tell the truth on that. So, and that was forever ago. That was like, what, back in October? So, okay. I lost that.
Yeah, I hope they get more folks come back to the game when all the new characters come out and stuff.
The devs are not.
Because I would like to
helping
get back. I would like to get back into it.
I
Last time I tried to stream it, it was like literally I couldn't get one match.
that. Yeah, because it's a Discord game now.
Yeah.
Um,
Guess
I-
who doesn't do anything on Discord?
I feel like this matchup is not great for Faust. I feel like Geo just overwhelms the shit out. Yep. Okay, that's what I'm.
I mean, it makes sense because Giovanna just gets right in. Really
Yeah,
quickly.
she can just dash right in. She has like the best strike throw. She has the best dash, arguably the best dash in the game. Really good jump arc movement. Like, yeah, I can see that would overwhelm Faust.
Yeah, it's about like the equivalent of like a Yun versus Dowson.
Yep.
Almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, weirdly, from what I've seen of Bedman, I feel like this would it be too much of a better matchup anyway. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe believes Bedman would have better anti-poke.
Maybe.
I haven't seen too much from this character.
This is my first time seeing him.
I do
tonight.
think the initial kit of this character is not great.
How's Bedman very different from here versus compared to like Exert? Because
He's almost like Robo-Kai in this one.
okay,
Yeah, he's not like to a T, but there are more similarities in that fact. He's like a mix of the two. He's more similar to Robo-Kai in certain ways than he is to Bedman, but he's kind of like just a different character as a whole. If that makes any sense. Kind of just like, oh, like how Jacko, you know, Jacko's just a different character. Is pretty much the same thing. Except some of the kit doesn't make too much sense. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, some of the kit kind of doesn't make too much sense. Like, he has a projectile dart, and it's like it loses to dash blocking really hard. Like, you dash block that thing, and it's like they're pretty negative. What the fuck? Pick a better character! Pick a better character that's not bottom 3! You're such a low-tier warrior! You're such a low-tier warrior, oh my god!
Hey, man, somebody's got to do it.
No! No one has to!
Yeah, I hear Sin is really bad in this game.
Sin is like the worst character in the game. I don't know what they were thinking about with this character.
They're
So bad.
over-adjusted from the last one. I didn't think he was that great in the last one, but then again,
He was pretty good in the last game.
I played Potemkin, so that was just
In Exart?
so annoying.
Yeah, in Exart, he was pretty good. This game is just like a whole... It's not that he's a different character overall. It's just that everything he has is just bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm negative on hit on like most of my shit.
yeah.
Eat is not really... Why would you use Eat? It's pretty pointless.
Does it even do anything in this game?
Isn't it where you can eat and you have a chance of getting an extremely minor buff? So you're not guaranteed a buff. But if you do get the eat chance, it's a very minor buff. Like, it's not even worth going through the process. And it's already over.
And that's it.
Look, the second I saw Sin, I was like, yeah,
So yeah, this is over.
You know when Giovanna does like the dog morph thing at the end? Does
Yeah.
it sound like just like something spitting, like lining up for a spit, like? Doesn't it
Yes,
sound like that?
yes.
I don't listen to it enough.
When this game came out and I was watching folks stream, I would see folks playing as that, and that noise would come up in my sound system. That noise would come up, and I'd always look around like, what the hell is making that noise?
It's like someone's lining up for
Yeah,
a
it's
spit.
this weird noise. And whoosh. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was something my brother used to always do, like when he was playing Giovanna, when he wins or something
How much
with
you-
Giovanna,
Mm-hmm.
he'll do that.
How
Like
much did you?
do that right afterwards.
That's crazy. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
Fighter 6 to work.
that is exactly right.
Nah, it's having script runner errors, and I
Heard
have
it
no
like
idea
3
how to
times.
fix
Is
it.
like it's all I can think of.
Did you have the same issue? Was it giving you like a script runner error? I have no idea.
What you talking about?
Dolphin point. Yeah, I'm having script runner errors. Like it just doesn't work. Yeah, like Blake told me to refresh the match. Oh yeah, go.
What you talking about?
My Street Fighter 6 crack beta doesn't work.
Oh, you mean your Street Fighter 6 beta that you played back when it was allowed by Capcom for you to play?
Bitch, I'm Capcom. I'm allowed to play it. No, yeah.
So yeah, Capcom, if you want to give us anything for for the Street Fighter thing, I'm just saying.
Hey, look. If we're talking about giving people things, sponsoring anything of the sort, Faku, hit your boy up.
I mean,
Hey, I would be
Oh,
the most
wow.
appropriate player. I'm just saying,
This
I would
is-
be the most appropriate person.
This is true.
Faku, if you ever want to get into the esports,
Are they
the fighting
sponsoring
game,
anybody?
I'm trying to get that door open, man.
Ah, okay.
I've
All
been
right.
trying to get that door open for years. Like,
Wow.
I need that door open now. I will make the door. Faku, hit me up. I've been adding you on Twitter. Hit me up. You could hit up my my business email at hentitawave@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Hit me up with that. Look, y'all don't even gotta pay me.
Just let me put your name in front of mine.
Huh? What do you mean? Why would I? That's the first question. Why would I? Bro, I've been playing League of Legends. You think I'm gonna hurt myself any more than that?
Oh wow.
Hey, I am a pretty good top laner. I'm just saying. I play Jax. I'm annoying as shit.
Yeah, y'all.
I play Olaf.
Y'all just should be glad I don't have time to play this game. I'll be beasting right now.
I've been playing Magic the Gathering lately, mainly Commander, and so I've been borrowing my buddy's deck. And it's like a poison counter deck. If people don't know what that is, it's like I have a shit ton of cards that put poison counters, and if you have 10 poison counters, you just lose. And it's like you can tell that it would annoy the shit out of people. It's like, oh yeah, it's my turn? I'll put like 5 counters on you. I'll put 4 on you. Okay. You know, all that type of stuff. And so I'm trying to learn the game. Okay, so it looks like we're waiting on Casper.
We're waiting on Casper. He's not playing Smash, is he?
I hope not. He's hurting himself enough today. But, yeah, and I have been told, it's like, hey, this deck is annoying as shit. Please get something else. Please play something else. So I bought my first Commander deck today. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what this stuff does. So, oh, there he is.
Oh. He just went to the bathroom.
We were looking for you.
We were trying to find
We were
you.
looking for you. I'm here right now. You should have been here. You should have been here when we were looking for you.
He'll be right back.
Find one player, we're missing another player.
Yeah.
You fighting game players, I swear to God.
I swear to God. Yep. If it ain't one thing, it's
I
another.
swear, y'all don't deserve nothing.
Plugging in his controller. Now the sound's gone. Now it's all weird. Now it's all awkward.
Nah. Now we could put some ASMR. It's like just start scratching the mic. I love those Street Fighter 6 posters though. Those are
Yeah,
amazing.
they're really cool.
Who
I
did
saw 'em.
those?
Zach's wife.
Zach's wife did that?
Mm-hmm.
She's a fucking
Well, I mean,
genius.
she does this stuff for a living, so.
Oh, well then, yeah, that explains a lot. Oh, he's tampering with the stick. He's
Oh,
tampering.
he's tampering.
Malware on the Kwamba. You could just spit on. Holy shit! I saw that once. I saw that one time.
Well, somebody spit on somebody's controller or something?
Someone spit on another guy's stick.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. It
I
was.
would probably just be so stunned I wouldn't know what to do. It's like,
It wasn't even in tournament either. It was.
What?
It was at Evo. It was at Evo 2018, and it was like some Eunice. I don't even know the context of it. I just know it wasn't in bracket.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a Wald versus I think it was Byakuya. And, you know, the Wald's getting fucking smacked. I'm pretty sure that matchup's terrible, right?
Uh-huh.
And the Wald player gets up after, like, getting fucked in, like, a 1-7, or at least it looked like a 1-7, because he got up after a 7-0. And the guy's playing on, like, a Razor Pantera, and he hucks a loogie at it. I'm like, holy... I was like, that is the most disrespectful shit I have ever seen. And the guy just looks up at him and is like, was that needed?
Like I said,
like, what the fuck?
You know, thinking right now, I would, freaking
I-
snatch his face off. But in actuality, I would probably just be in stunned.
Yeah, no, the guy was
Silence.
The guy was in shock. The guy had the most appropriate reaction because it was just shock. If someone ever spit on my hitbox, I would need a moment to recognize the situation of a human actually doing that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's just a game.
Yeah, a Eunice of all things too. You might want to swap it back to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're not here for us. They're here for.
Yeah, he's still learning.
Oh,
well, yeah. After a while, you
I just hear the little eagle sound, and
yeah,
it's like,
you'll get used to it. You'll start knowing the sounds of each game and when to switch back to it.
Yeah.
If you don't have it. Yeah.
So we have the fifth or sixth Faust in a row.
Oh, seriously.
Because I swear, you guys just don't know how to play anything else. Look, I get it too. I like playing bad characters too. But at least I like to play a bad character that people are also not playing 5 or 6 times sequence. Oh, that was Wait, look, Anji got the butterfly. Maybe a super neutered butterfly, but it's a butterfly nonetheless.
Watch the banana. Watch the field. Okay.
See, that's what I don't understand. Why do people keep respect? I've been seeing this for months where people just respect Calcifer. They'll just do butterfly right in their face. It's like, smack them! Like, I swear, I'm like, there's no way they're that negative to where they'll let them do a full butterfly in their face. I personally would not take that tactic with disrespect. Ooh, great PRC. Meteor.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. He can crouch under butterfly. That is the 3rd time he's gotten Meteor in this match. Oh, you know what'd be funny is if Faust ends with command grab, you take Afro until the next round. That would be funny.
That would be funny.
I wish they would I wish they'd let games do that more. Like, let you take certain resources in the next round. Maybe not meter, depending on the game, but if you have, like, other resource management, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
This game, definitely not, because if you let Nago go in with, like, a level 2 blood meter, you're losing. Ooh, great grab. Does not get the trumpet.
Oops.
I had a conversation once where a lot of these Grand Blue players, they didn't know Faust was Chinese, and they thought he was just some German guy, which is kind of understandable.
Yeah.
But I was like, y'all don't know the legend of Dr. Baldhead.
Dr. Baldhead. Yeah.
Dr. Baldhead. And so I showed them, and they're like, oh, I would rather have Dr. Baldhead than Faust. He looks like just a better version of Faust. I was like, oh, they don't know. And then when I tell them, I was like, yeah, that is Faust. And they're like, why's he got a paper bag over his head? He's already bald.
And why did they go with the horror motif in this one?
Yeah, this game is really weird because it just looks like it came out of a horror movie.
Yeah. It's always like in shades with the light in the eye and everything. I mean, it's cool. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, they're making him kind of more
serious,
creepy now.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty goofy,
but he's still goofy. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Kind of.
Well, in Rev, he's just a clown.
Yeah.
Like in this game, it's just like how you said earlier, he's pretty macabre.
Yeah.
You know? That might be why he's worse. Oh, he didn't punch the parry enough. That was only second. That was the longest match we have had today. This was. Oh wow. When is the next patch for this game coming out? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Oh.
I haven't been keeping track.
Neither have I, actually. Like I didn't even realize Batman already came out.
Well, I know characters have been coming out. I don't know. Did come out like a little recently.
I feel like one did.
Yeah, one did. I think with Bedman. Oh, that was great. But it wasn't command grab, so it's weak sauce. I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering. I get curious about this game on where they want to end with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know for some people it's going to be hard to believe, but this game is about to be 3 years old.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about, actually.
Yeah, it's been out a while.
Granblue's about 5 years old now, or it's no 4 years.
4. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. I feel older.
You feel old.
Yeah, I do. I turned 24 this year, man.
Like Street Fighter 2 came out 40 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't that long ago, but still. But no, there's been way more stuff that I'm counting the years back on as like 30 years ago. It's like, golly.
Yeah. Well, Calcifer on match point with more low tiers. It's not that I hate low tiers. It's just I didn't think we were going with a theme this monthly. You know, I wish we specified. I'm surprised we don't have Happy Chaos players. I feel like that'd be so free here. Not to like discredit any of these players, but that character is just so nutty. Oh wow! Look at this! Look at this sauce!
Okay.
And he makes him waste. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, with guts, that command grab does not do a lot of damage. Was that a bait?
Not
Hey,
sure.
does Emperor got Galaxy Brain? Was that a bait? If so, that's a genius bait. That's some type of shit I would do. No, there are a lot of times where I'll like in Medium, I'll just like run up bait obvious options, and then I'll just DP your obvious option. Just run up DP on your weird shit. And I'll always get a reaction. It's like, why are you like this? Like, it worked. I'll get hit by Meteor. You know, I think that would work if he wasn't so close. Yeah. Great block. Is anyone going to Texas Show?
I'm not.
I'm not.
This is the last one, right?
No.
No, it's not?
No.
I thought somebody said this was the last one that they're doing.
You were thinking of not Texas Showdown.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Kumite.
Yeah, Kumite.
Yeah.
Because Kumite also has a Texas variant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one still going?
No, there's no more Kumites.
So, yeah, that's just all over.
It's like that, like Climax at Night. They keep saying it's the last one, but it's like they just keep doing them.
Climax at Night?
Yeah, they did cancel this year though.
Oh, yeah?
But they're like, yeah, we're gonna do next year, but that's our last.
But
one.
that's the last one, I swear.
Yeah, like, I don't think this.
Well, I mean, has there been any new cornbread games recently?
New French bread games?
French bread, cornbread. Yeah.
French bread, cornbread.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same. Emperor tying it up.
Yeah, tying it up here. All right,
Yeah,
here we go.
make these low tiers work. As far as I know, I haven't heard anything from this being the last one. I don't think it is. Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about going, but then I was like, there's people I don't want to see in Texas. I'm fine.
Okay.
Plus, it's like, it's just not worth it.
So, CEO is going to be the first Street Fighter 6, though,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, that'll be fun to see.
I mean, yeah, there's only going to be...
No, actually,
You know, now that I think about it, there's only going to be 2 Street Fighter majors this year.
CEO and Evo?
CEO and Evo. Because there's nothing in August. September has Taku. Nothing, like, I think there's DreamHack. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow,
well, that's next year's Frosty Faustin, right? Early next year.
Yeah. Frosty's is in January.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, you might be right.
Did they announce CEO or Evo being Capcom Cup qualifiers?
I don't think Capcom Cup starts until August this year.
You know, that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because I think CEO and Evo are not like appropriate chances to give players because no one's gonna know how to play the game. Or well, under assumption,
Yeah.
people are not like, yo, this game's new. That would not be fair to have the first tournament in like 2 weeks to
Yeah.
be a Capcom Cup qualifier.
Yeah, so they'll let all the
Wait,
majors go by just like you say, and then
Wait, then that
they'll
means-
start the
that
Capcom
means
Cup.
Frosty
Might be the first major that has
for a Capcom
for yeah.
or well, at least that would contribute to it.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's kind of weird. They'll probably, they'll probably do online qualifiers. I could see them. Doing
We'll see. We were talking about that actually the other day
Yeah.
with the whole hitbox thing.
Oh well, they're just being weird about it. Well, Capcom is being weird about it. Hitbox is being weird about it.
I think Capcom's just trying to be safe because they're throwing so much money at this that
Well-
they don't want anybody complaining about cheating and
Well, here's the
it
problem.
was unfair and
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem with this.
like $2 million bucks, man. That's a lot of money.
I mean, well, yeah, I thought it was one.
Well, there was one for whoever wins, but the whole prize pot
Oh,
throughout
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
year
yeah.
is over $2 million
Well, like,
more than any FGC game has ever gotten. So
my opinion on it is, I do get that. I do. But if they're going to go that route, because eventually it's just like people weirdly, and the only people I ever see say this are like stick players. Like, ban hitbox. It's like, if you're going to ban hitbox, or you're going to do some shit that would basically make it pretty much not playable, you basically would have to ban every other option that is not a stick or a stock PS4/5 pad.
well, technically,
Because all the other options that they're trying to, the SOCD thing, they do have that option. They can do the same thing as well. So it's kind of like there's no point.
didn't they technically just ban anything that can input more than one direction at a time?
I mean,
Which covers
Well,
which covers all of that.
they're
that
basically
stuff.
they're basically stopping is like if I get like down and up, I shouldn't get up. I should get neutral. That type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And in my opinion, when I see that, it's like that is a developer problem, and that is also a hardware problem. Because it's like, okay, yeah, hitbox, they could just deal with it. Like it is not the end of the world. Like there are a lot of hitbox players that they don't really abuse that type of thing because they just kind of forget it's there. Because some games don't even have it.
right.
But I blame Hitbox. I blame Hitbox for Capcom even putting that shit out there because it's like every 2 weeks or so, Hitbox will put out like, "Hey, you want to know another way to cheat out another really good option? Here you go." It's like, bro, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit.
So-
It's. And it's funny because like in response of them doing that, they posted another video. I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
it doesn't make them look better
Yeah.
because they're trying to play like the FTC hero type of thing.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't work like that. It just makes them look weirdly petty,
Like yeah.
and it makes Capcom look weird enough posting that. But you can look at it, it's like, yeah, they're just trying to be safe because they're putting a lot of money into it.
That's exactly what that's all it is. It's like
So,
look.
They
so-
have the only understandable reason to even say something like that. Do I think they should have just said anything in general? Not really. Because the problem with it is that people don't know enough about it, and they'll think, oh, this just stops me from playing Hitbox in general. I'm not going to buy the game. A lot of people think like that. And
I understand that. Because I
The thing
understand
is-
because like we talked about on the podcast, it's like for the vast majority of folks. Because I would venture to guess that it's a minority of pro players that even use a hitbox on Street Fighter to begin with.
I mean, there's a good amount of them.
Yeah, there's
like a select few, but
there's
like
definitely a
majority-
number, but
Majority are a stick.
majority still
Yeah.
going to use a stick or even a pad.
Yeah.
So it makes absolutely no difference to them. But
Yeah.
you do have a lot of younger folks now who this is how they learn how to play these games.
Yeah.
like on keyboard or even a hitbox was the first thing they sat down and played a Street Fighter on, and that's what they're most comfortable with.
Yeah.
And for those folks, they're kind of getting punished for other folks' sins.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for them because it's like, well,
some people play on hitbox for like medical reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that too. It's like, well, what if you have to play on something like that? If you got some kind of,
That's actually my reason. So back in like the Central Fiction days, I played like Naruto on pad. So I'm like a one frame link boy, and my thumbs, and even at the time where I was competing in like other games, I couldn't really play casuals for too long because my thumbs would get so raw that it was just like, no. I remember I did like, I think it was like a 4-hour session in like Dragon Ball. My left thumb started bleeding. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And then I played on stick for a while. But because I played on pad for so long, my wrist wouldn't conform to playing on stick properly. And my wrist just started to just fuck itself.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even get like a doctor's recommendation or anything. I just knew, I was like, it's not well, I was like, this is not a situation where it's like, I'll get used to it. This is like, if I keep doing this, then something will happen.
Yeah.
So I found Hitbox, and it's like, yeah, I don't really have to hurt myself to play games anymore.
Yep.
And if they ban Hitbox, then it's like, if they just ban Hitbox, then it's like, I can just go to Mixbox.
So
And if they ban that, then it's like, I'm fucked.
I heard something that mixed boxes are okay. That's what I heard
They're like
recently, but I don't know.
They're like the same thing. They
the
do,
validity of it.
They
but
can literally do the same exact things as Hitbox. It's just a different format. You want your jump on your middle finger type of thing, or on your thumb. You want it spacebar or W. It's really either one.
Mixbox is the one that has a joystick and buttons, right?
No.
Together.
No, it's the one with
Mixbox
the...
is a WASD as the left, down, right,
Yeah.
up. So, like, on a
Okay,
keyboard.
so like a keyboard
Yeah.
movement, and then
Yeah,
buttons.
and then
like
buttons.
it's literally just, you can actually
it's
put
just-
in people will make a WASD sequence launch, so you can just slot it in on depending on what stick you have, and you can even take it from like so what people do, they'll buy you know how like you go to Best Buy and they'll have like sample keyboards and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You can actually buy the sample keyboards, and they'll have them that you can just put in. He has one. Ooh, good block string. I keep
That's
forgetting
one way to do it.
this game has risk. It comes up so little.
What was that again?
Risk?
Risk, yeah.
So, like, the more you block, right, your risk gauge goes up. And
okay,
the higher your risk gauge is, when you get hit, you take more damage.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting risk is an
Yeah,
actual thing in this game.
yeah,
because it just never shows up.
It didn't even occur to me until you said it just then. It's like,
Because
you're
it's a
right.
tiny little bar.
Yeah.
Not only like tiny, but it's like the damage is kind of already high in itself that you just don't.
That
really
you don't
Yeah.
really feel the
Think it.
difference there.
Yeah. And there's so many sequences where, like, your risk gauge will entirely go away. So, like, if you grab, your risk gauge goes away. If you burst, your risk gauge goes away. And I believe if you RC, your risk gauge goes away. There's so many options that just get rid of it. It's like, it might as well just not even be there. But yeah, like, people play on Mixbox. Mixbox and Hitbox, it's a preference thing. They both literally do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is like, even pad is so much better than stick. That stick is just a legacy preference. Like, there's no benefit to playing on a stick. Like,
No.
oh, such and such player is doing good, and it's like, that's because that player is just good. That controller itself gives them literally zero advantage. There's not a single fighting game that people actually compete in on a tournament level, like a major level basis, that stick would be better than like a controller, Mixbox, Hitbox, literally anything else. Why are you back? Stop it. What? The Smash player, fellas. The low tier warrior. God, I hate the low tier warrior mindset. I think it's just so pointless.
All right, so who we got? It's
We
Nintendo
have
and
Shrugs,
and Shrugs.
and Nintendo. Like, yeah, that's the thing. You know, if you play on stick, that's great. Like, if that's what you're comfortable with, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you, like, I'll say this every time. If you want a controller that actually gives you benefits, like if you're just trying to get your maximum output on just all your benefits, you're playing a top tier, you're doing whatever, just get a hitbox, you know. And I think it's like hitbox just gives you more versatility. Like you have a more sense of reaction base because you're using separate outputs for everything. You know, with a stick, it's a single output that you can control. With a hitbox, it's several outputs that you can directly command on reaction. That's why hitbox is just so, it's just so much better. But I've seen pad players complain about hitbox, but it's like, I can understand if you're playing on a stock PS4 pad, but if you're playing on literally anything else, it can do the same stuff that a hitbox can do. They just don't know it. It is a little harder, but if you have the option, it doesn't matter. Like, you have an option that someone else doesn't, so it's like, kind of can't say anything. No, that's my problem. Because, like, and the problem is, too, is that if Capcom is just like, yeah, ban hitbox. Oh, you know how many people would not buy that game on the spot? It's like, I can't play my game. I can't play this game? What? There's not a lot of people that would just straight up switch a controller to play a game.
You can play it, you just can't, compete.
I mean, well, yeah.
Capcom event.
Yeah. But that's enough for people to be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So we have another.
And again, my understanding is they didn't specifically ban the hitbox. They banned anything that can.
They banned the software option for SOCD. It's like the SOCD cleaning type shit, which, guess what? Hitbox pretty much conformed to it. They've already put out a thing for it. When it's my opinion on it, because I think this whole thing is really dumb. 6 is not even out yet. Why do they not just put it in? Like, they really can just put it in. There are games that do proper SOCD cleaning. So
Yeah, you would think that a game would have it designed so that they can have ways around to avoid
Melty
that
Blood
kind of-
has it.
Yeah.
Like, some games don't. But it's like, the fact that there are games that do with a much less budget, that's an even bigger thing. It's like, why do you have to put a notice that it's like, yeah, we won't allow it, when it's like, just put it in your game. You don't have to make a fuss about it. Just don't put it, like, fix it in your game.
Yeah, because it's causing more problems to like your user base than it is like, given that there is a solution that doesn't affect people.
The problem, yeah, pretty much. Like, it also tells your user base that you are no stranger to putting restrictions on little things.
Right.
That is a really big issue to a lot of people, especially a lot of people that want to compete, because anything within a similarity of that concept that will come out, they'll just say don't do it. That's it. And the problem with people, because this isn't just a company thing, this is a people thing. When they feel comfortable enough taking away one thing, they'll feel comfortable enough taking another thing, and then another, and another. It's like, it gets easier for them to do. It's like, yeah, they let us do that. So they might let us do this as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know how it's going to work in. It seems to be, Hitbox seems to have brought out a software update. So
Yeah, I'm sure some kind of agreement will be reached at some point.
I just think it's
I mean,
dumb.
there's time.
Yeah, like, I mean, they generally have a month, because games normally they need to be finished within a month before release.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that game's already finished. Yeah.
Nah, that game is 100% done.
Yeah.
Like there's no. I'm sure if they really released it right now, that I don't think there would really be that much of a detrimental change. They're doing another beta supposedly this month.
Yeah.
So they're probably just checking network options.
Yeah, which is all it's going to be because that's why it's actually a beta.
I mean, that's probably the best thing they could do right now is just make sure it's like, hey, let's make sure our online works.
That's what these have all been about.
Yeah. Well, the first beta was like, we want to see if our game period just works.
It was just the online stuff though. So, and they were testing the online network, which worked great.
The only thing I don't like is they're going to cabinets. And it's not that I have an issue with cabinets. It's just I play a lot of games where it's like, oh yeah, I'll make a private room. Then we got to go to the cabinet in the private room.
Oh well, okay. So yeah, that's in the
you know what I mean? Like,
what's the battle hub?
It's like the battle city.
There's the battlegrounds mode, which I'm sure they're going to talk about on Thursday.
Yeah.
But I already know that there is going to be an option where you can just put yourself in a match-made match in there, so you can go in there and training, but also wait for a game and stuff. That whole thing is just a separate thing where you can go with groups of friends and
I was gonna say
do some cool stuff, and hopefully I'm hoping that big screen, like any Capcom Cup event or something, will always be streamed on that.
Oh, that'll be great.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I can sit in the game and watch Capcom Cup. This would be so cool.
Capcom's been really good with that, though. They've been really good with doing stuff like that and really representing their own events. The only thing is, because that's the only thing I worry about, is like, I do not want to have to make a private lobby just to do all that weird ass work. Like that, it's kind of pointless. And
like the
ArcSys
stuff.
Yeah, it's like I gotta make a room, and then I gotta I gotta go up to the cabinet. I gotta set the cabinet settings depending if it forcibly makes you set a default character.
Yeah.
Like Strive makes you do that.
Yeah.
And it
drives me crazy.
It started with Blaze Blue, I think, right?
Guilty Gear did that as well.
Guilty Gear Xrd did it, Blaze Blue, like, not Central Fiction, but like 1-4 did. Then Guilty Gear Xrd came.
I think it was.
Then Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters definitely did it. Yeah.
Well, here's the difference though with Dragon Ball. Is that Dragon Ball, when you go online, you have the option. You can make the ring and all that stuff. But you can literally just go up to the front and it's like, I want to do casual matchmaking. I want to do ranked matchmaking. You can do that.
You can do that. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you can't make a private like that, which that sucks. But you have the option to not do that for literally every single option of the game's online play. So it's like, yeah, I'll give them the benefit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's quicker.
It is.
To convert to the other ones, like for Strive, for example.
Like
Cross Tag gave you the option too, right?
No.
I don't think you had to go to an arcade cabinet.
Yeah, you have to.
Or it's like a panel. I don't really.
You have to go to a server.
You have to go to like a room. Yeah. I remember you have to go to a room, but I thought there was something in the options where you can just be like, okay, I want to be matchmaking.
There is a rank. You have a ranked matchmaking option, which. Like, I understand what they're going for. They're trying to make it all look pretty, and it's like, I get it.
Yeah,
but as someone who plays a lot of fighting games and has played a lot of fighting games throughout the years, it's like, I don't want that. Yeah. I just want to load up.
It's extra steps to get into a game.
Yeah.
I just want to get into a game.
Cannot stand these extra steps.
Just let me go to a menu that
Street Fighter did it the best.
That says I want to do this, and then just sit there and wait for the matches to come in.
Like,
I don't want to go to a thing, pick a server, pick a room, walk up to a cabinet, hope somebody sits down at that cabinet, and it's like too many steps.
I hate that in rank. I think that shouldn't be a thing in rank because it's like in Strive, in Blaze, basically any game that really has that type of option for a rank mode, you can just dodge people. Mm-hmm. You can dodge whoever you want. In Strive, it's bad because it's like, oh, he's a Mei player. I'm not gonna fight a Mei, and they'll just go their entire sequence without playing like. They'll play their one bad matchup that they can find. Like their one really good matchup that their character just guarantees wins.
Yep.
And it's like, I made a Celestial, but I only fought Axel the whole time. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard
I
of.
used to watch folks walk right past me. It was like, Potemkin? Nope.
I played May, so you
Or if you were a May, Potemkin? Yep.
yeah, like
So I fought a lot of Mays.
so
Yeah.
it's like because that matchup is terrible for Pot.
Yep.
So it's like I don't know what they were thinking with that. And if you saw on like one of the recent interviews for Daisuke, he wants to make an even easier game.
I mean, it just depends on what is your context of easier game.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's the problem with it though. Regardless of the context that he's implying, if he thinks this game is not considerable easy to a beginner, which is what he is aiming for, that is a problem.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the
Yo, what up,
easiest,
Mana Blades?
easiest you could probably get is like Rising Thunder style, or maybe what's going to be like, which is one button special. But I hope they don't never go to that direction.
Well, they're just going to do motionless inputs. Well, a lot of games have motionless inputs now. Like Project L is going to have motionless inputs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like Rising Thunder was one of the few that
Yep.
came out with just one button specials.
Yep.
That has a. Well, it's interesting though. Project L doesn't have a meter, like
It
recoil
does
meter.
not.
It's like one button you can do it more.
Yep.
Rising Thunder, you had to wait for it. You
It's
had
like
cooldown.
it's the one thing I kind of don't like about DNF's execution is that there are some options in DNF where characters will have motion, like they'll have one motionless input option. It's normally just one, but it's like some characters that one motionless input option is really essential for their combo plan, and it's like I'm not gonna say that's lazy, but it's I don't know. It's like sometimes I want a heavy execution sequence. Like I want to feel like I earned a really good combo or a really good string. Like just put KOF inputs. Just give us KOF inputs. Make me do triple back DP motion.
or the running super jump punch if you want to do a running fireball and not do a DP.
Emperor
which is a
didn't
sword type.
tell me GCT was today, so I didn't make it. Hey, you're here though. You get to join us at commentary. You get to be with the cool people.
There you go.
I mean, I get it if you don't want to make it too hard. I get that. But you also just there's a point where it's like what is too easy to a point where it drives away the audience that stays with the game.
But see, yeah, it's kind of a balance there because the audience that stays with the game isn't necessarily where you get the money.
No, it's the initial
They're going to buy
audience.
the game anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to get the person who just wants to jump in and, play a fun fighting game for a while that won't necessarily, be there after, a month when the next, cool thing comes out. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I know from experience after all these years, a lot of folks think fighting games are just hard.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets to like.
How
And,
far are we in
and-
tourney? How far are we in Strive? Mana Blades. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to answer his question.
We have winners final ready, and we're still doing losers quarterfinals.
You heard that, Mana Blades?
So
we are about a
I
little more than
saw,
halfway.
Azelka walk in, so he must be the next match. He
I
put
haven't
his
seen
stick down and then walk out.
I
He
haven't
just put his hitbox
okay.
down and then walked out. So
like, I think the problem, because if you saw one of the last Project L introductions for it, they were like, yeah, we don't want to make the game too easy, but we are trying. They're basically like how you said. They're trying to make a balance between trying to keep the new players in, but to be interesting enough to keep other like older fighting game players like captivated in it.
yeah,
And it's like they're doing some motionless inputs, but it's like it's a weird thing where a lot of people who do regularly play fighting games, they just don't like it. Like
Yeah.
they just if they could take it out, they're gonna take it out. And if they see an option of like, oh yeah, my character has a couple motionless inputs, they're gonna call you lame. They're gonna make fun of you for that character. I don't want to say this is how it is, but it really is how it is. FGC, especially when it comes to like a new fighting game, especially if that new fighting game is relatively easier, they are not welcoming to new people.
there's that too.
They're pretty discriminatory.
Yeah, some folks can be.
They will make fun of you for that. It's like, oh, you're bad. You play this character. You can't do execution.
And then these are the same folks that complain nobody plays the game anymore.
Why is nobody playing my game? Yeah, it's stuff like that. You know, it's a weird thing.
I mean, you know, which is why you should come to, you know, stuff like this.
Yeah, you should come to go to your locals.
Yes.
I will tell everyone that. Go to your locals. Don't bother with online. Go to your locals. Yeah, your locals may say some of the same things too, but at least you're there to be like, say that in my face.
Yeah.
And you can actually do something about it. Report it to your TO, and if your TO says it, well, I don't know what to, I don't know what to tell you for that one.
Place to be, but
yeah, maybe you just shouldn't go to that local.
More often than not, though, you know, you'll find folks who are just so happy that you want to play the same game, and they will teach you and they will, you know, show you what you should and shouldn't be doing. And yeah, you might run into the stray a-hole here and there, but
what community doesn't have a bad apple? Yeah, but the bad apple is always online.
For the most part, that's where you want to go to, you know, really kind of cut your teeth on it. And if you want to get more serious about it, you know, you find
get a training partner,
regional or something, and you know, go from there. But yeah, it's a balance though, because you know these companies are also a business.
Yep,
and they got to make money. So that's why you see something like Duel now that's getting new stuff in it now, because well, it made a lot of money.
Duel,
DNF Duel.
Oh, that didn't really make too much money.
It apparently made more than they were expecting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was probably from the Korean end. They probably saw DFO IP and went nuts.
I don't think they cared. I think they thought, well, this isn't going to work anyway. But if they want to give us money for our characters, that's fine. Then it made how much? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess we can throw some more stuff in it if they really want it.
I know the Korean scene over there is pretty big. They apparently like that fighting game a lot.
But like I said, I wonder if it's too little too late, though, because it's going to be almost a year by the time that character comes out.
Yeah. Oh, no. I am one to admit. At first, I was like, yeah, you know, the devs are probably going to do such and such. I thought they were going to release the character with, like, more information and everything when Arc Revo finished, right?
Uh-huh.
And that would be the appropriate time. You know, they announced the character, like, 3 months before, which is like, yeah, you have plenty of time. And then it's like, yeah, you're going to see the character probably in September. And it's like, because they're trying to, the problem that they're doing is that they're trying to make all the characters at the same time so that they can be like, oh, yeah, this character comes out, the next month you'll get this next character.
Yeah.
And next month, and it's like, that is so bad. That is so bad.
Well, I think they're trying to. Well, that way they'll at least have a cadence, but it's probably taking it longer to start.
It's so late.
So either you get the first character sooner, but you don't get the next character for 6 months.
Well, it's more or less of just keeping the game updated. Because at this point it's just like, it's not like, oh, we're getting the character. It's not like we just want the character. It's more or less of like, we just want more communication. Like, why are you doing this type of thing? Like, why does this character... Because the thought process that I'm having is not the same thought process that everyone else is going to have. They're just going to think like, oh, why are they waiting this long to release a character?
I always say...
It's a single character. It can't take that long to make.
It can't take that long, right.
And it's like, no, they're making like 5 different characters at the same time.
I always say that about when gaming companies communicate badly.
It's like match point.
If they don't say anything, then folks are going to assume the worst.
Yep.
Always. Oh well, they aren't saying anything because you know something's going wrong. You know, guys are quitting. They can't do it. They don't really want to. You know, whatever the worst thing that you can come up with has got to be what's wrong. Because otherwise, why wouldn't they just say, hey, so you know, we really appreciate the support this game has gotten, so we're taking some extra time to make sure our cadence on new content
statement alone
for the game is good. That's going to take a little extra time up front.
Yeah. No, like straight up, that statement alone would just ease so many people.
Exactly. But for some reason they're afraid to say it.
They don't like to say that stuff.
They rather not say anything that they think will be construed as like bad news. And so again, everybody comes up with worse stuff in their head.
No. Like, okay, that right there, You hit that. I got to talk to the devs. Like, I am literally one of the few players that got to speak with the devs on this game, and it was like because I asked them, I'm like, why do you guys like just never say anything? Like, this is the first news that we have heard in general, but it took this long to really get an announcement of an announcement.
Right.
And it was basically the same thing how you said it. They were like, well, we want to find the proper place and the proper time because we don't want it to seem, if we just throw it out there, that we're going to take either more time or anything else to make updates or even just present that there is going to be an announcement at whatever tournament to be construed as bad news.
Right.
Like, they're trying to tiptoe their way around,
But
not making sure anything comes off as bad. And I told them, I said, your Western audience does not care.
We just want to know something's coming.
No, I told them straight up, I was like, I am representing your Western audience right now. They want you to have, whether it's good or bad news, they just want you to say it. They just want your Twitter, your newsfeed, whatever. They just want you to say it because at least that means you are actually putting in time to actually commit to your community.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is on the East. I don't know how they actually look at it on the East. Whenever I talk to the Asian players about it, they kind of just don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they keep up with stuff the way other folks do.
I think I do think that
I think they just kind of sit around and when it's out, it's out.
I think Western FGC though cares, and this isn't just DNF. This is just FGC in general. They care too much about these things. Because it brings so much unnecessary stress of like, how are we gonna community blah blah blah. It's like the problem with it is that so many people in the West, they're trying to build a brand with a game, and it's like, just play the game, man. Like, if you like the game, just play the game. Because at that point, you're trying to build a brand means you're trying to do something for money. You're trying to get money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get big off of it. You're trying to do whatever. Just play the game. If you like the game, play the game. If you're literally only doing this to get... That's what I tell people talking about Capcom Cup, because I see so many people are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to play Capcom Cup. Oh, $1 million. Like, if you're trying to play for money, you're not getting money.
There's better ways to make money.
There's
way better ways.
You realize
like
how much you have to travel? You realize how much you have to travel. You realize how many hours you legitimately have to put in. As an average player, you're going to have to put in so many hours to put in, like, genuine work towards getting even considerable close to having a chance at Capcom Cup. Much less, and I wouldn't even say Capcom Cup. I would say any major that has relevancy to Capcom Cup. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw it on my locals. There was like several players that were like, yeah, I'm gonna play, you know, of course I'm gonna play Street Fighter 6. $1 million. How could you not want to play? He's like, you're not gonna get that. No, I told him straight up. It was like,
no, yeah.
I told him, I was like,
only one person is getting that, and whoever's going to get that is probably not who anybody thinks is going to be.
I'm like, you are not getting that money.
That's going to be that's going to be the cool part. It's like, going to be some 16-year-old kid from Idaho.
And Walker, but from Britain. I mean,
all my life I was just waiting just to play just for the $1 million.
And it's like, hey, shot.
I would tell people, because it's like, look, if I just stop playing every other single game, and that like includes all the other fighting games, all the other non-fighting games I play, and I just put in every single free ability and time into Street Fighter, I don't even think I could win that money. Like, I don't. There's a certain level of like talent that you genuinely need, and a certain form of determination that you would need.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of enjoyment you need for the game as well. Enjoyment for the game is so heavy. Like, you have to. That game has to be like your favorite fighting game, because you're not. It's kind of like. It'll turn into a job.
Yeah, it'll turn into a job, exactly.
Like, I hate this job. Like, why am I practicing this game? Oh, I'm going to get $1 million. And then you get, like, top 48 at, like, a major with 100 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, you know,
That's so bad.
But if it's part of Capcom Cup, you could probably still win a little money, but you'll probably be better off coming to something like this if you're in it only for trying to get the money.
The problem is like, and I tell people this all the time, if you're trying to make money, just play League, just play Valor, play another game that not even like its most hyped major tournament is going to make you more money if you were a professional than that than in any other fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, playing money for games, period, is like, it does not equal fighting games. Like, just, is it nice for Capcom Cup? That's amazing for Capcom Cup. I'm happy that they were able to even, because that's money they throw away.
Pretty much.
The money that, that's what people don't understand. The money that companies put in for these prize pots, that's just money they're throwing at. They're throwing it away. They're giving that shit to, like, at most 15 people. Like, divide it up.
Right. Yeah.
So
more or less.
People think, like, oh, $1 million, they've made so much more. It's like, when you look at sales for a game, that's just a gross net worth sale, right? They probably made a third of that sale and in actual profit. Because you're going to have to pay taxes, you're going to have to pay like shipping expenses, you're going to have to pay distribution expenses. There's millions of dollars put into making games.
Yeah, but that was like the first thing when they said that.
It is the most lucrative esport.
That showed me that Capcom thinks
they think that game is
game's going to sell.
I mean, it will.
And it will.
I think it definitely will.
Because, there's nothing besides the whole, hitbox thing. I can't think of anything that has come off as like a bad thing about this game.
It looked like it plays well. It looks pretty, like, aesthetically pleasing outside of maybe Luke's design, because I think that shit looks gross. It looks gross. Like, he looks like he has tumors in his arms. It's not even. Luke has such an awkward body type that it's like, I don't know if he reminds me. He reminds me of those dudes in I think it's like Brazil or something. It's those dudes that'll inject the silicone stuff into their arms.
Yeah.
He reminds me of those types of people.
Yeah, but
when you look so goofy.
When folks say this stuff to me, I was like, but keep in mind, this is a game with a green beast man and a guy that can stretch his limbs over 10 feet.
No, I get it. It's cards. He just looks like he has some type of body dysmorphia, though. Like, that's just how I think of it. Sip of the mango. Oh, dude, you should get. They have the new ones. This one's good as shit. They have a peach one up there too. Oh yeah, the grape is pretty good. I hadn't seen this before, so when I saw it, I had to get it. We're gonna
leave. Oh wow.
Oh wow, we are leaving early. Jeez.
Is everything over out there already?
I guess, yeah.
Oh,
I think this is the last thing.
Cool. Okay, so all the matches on stream then, I guess.
Yep. No.
So we got losers semi, then losers final, then
we got through this quick. It's only 8:30. Yeah, he's giving the money. I don't know. We'll get home by 10. But, yeah,
let's see here. I'll just take a little off the top. I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I only live like 10 minutes away, but there's no reason to come out now. It's too late. Yeah, I mean, no, I get it. Like, that. Here's the thing. Like, it's the really obvious reason why people just don't succeed at fighting games is they automatically think of money. When you really should think, this is more or less like a hobby that, like you build Gundams or whatever. You buy the Gundam model, you build the Gundam. Building the Gundam's fun, and then you remember the time you build the Gundam, and it's it's just sitting there.
Hell yeah!
That's literally the same thing as playing fighting games.
More or less.
You play a fighting game. You want to go to a major. You want to go to a tournament. You spend money that you should know you're not going to get back.
Exactly.
But you have fun. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. You have
But
fun.
you have fun, exactly.
You have fun. You get drunk with the homies. You do some weird shit or whatever. You
I-
make some memories.
I go to places like that because I work a very boring, stressful job with mostly older folks who don't play games.
That's how it should
So I
work.
go to meet other folks that like the same stuff I do.
Yeah, that's literally how it should work. You're going there to meet up with people, like-minded people. You're having fun. That's the thing. You should know that, and I'm not saying like, yeah, don't try for it. Yeah, you can try to win. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it should not be your only reason to play a game is to win. If you enjoy the game and you want to interact with the community, make friends, make memories, whatever, do it. Like, that should be uno priority.
And
Number
if you
one
happen to win
priority.
on top of that, score.
Winning is like a side product of having fun.
Yeah.
Like, winning is always, it's a side product of getting better at a game. Some people have fun getting better.
Yeah.
That's always a thing. But
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've cared about that.
I don't care. Look. At CEO last year, I got
Oh, right, I
fourth
forgot.
at CEO.
Hold on a second
In-
while I pull Arturo
Uh,
Sanchez here. Says $1 there.
If
a
it's
couple
money
of
they
dollars
care about, then like I
here.
said, Dota 2. Yeah, dude, they put millions of dollars into Dota 2. Like,
Right.
they put millions of dollars into League,
and
into
for
Valorant,
them-
any Riot game, period.
Yeah.
That's why I think like Project L is going to be so weird for esports, because it's like you're going to have fighting games. Fighting games are not used to money.
No.
That's the craziest part. That's why
That's
Capcom,
why everybody's kind of going nuts about this Capcom Cup stuff.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, Dota or not
Changes
Dota,
everything.
Project L will there's a really good chance they're gonna do the same exact thing. People are gonna go nuts over
Well,
that game.
well-
That game could suck, and people are gonna go nuts over it.
Yeah, but they've already kind of blown the horn of. Don't expect us to put a lot of money into this competitive wise, though.
They
'Cause
said
you
they
remember
were gonna
they've
make
already
a-
said they're more interested in kind of helping folks like get sponsorships and
I mean, that's still money.
get your name out. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
that's
but,
still money.
But I think
people
that
actually
I
care
think
about that more.
I think that was their way to be like, but don't expect prize pots
Ooh.
like League.
Well, I mean, like,
it's like no, that's probably not going to happen.
the thing that they put out was that they wanted to make their own esports FGC scene for it.
Yeah,
Which
which is cool.
Which I agree, they probably won't put league pop money in, but they're going to put in a lot more money than what we're seeing right now outside of Capcom Cup.
Well, see, that's why it's some folks don't understand why it's so important that Capcom is putting this much money into it, because
That's a huge thing for FGC.
it forces.
We hadn't even got stuff like
'Cause who-
200,000,
Right.
100,000.
Right.
Very rarely did we ever get stuff like that, much less a million. And that's the thing. Like, it's kind of like when a kid, you're a kid and you get your first $1,000,
Uh-huh.
and it's like you've never seen an amount of money that high before. 3-2, yeah. You've never seen an amount of money that high before in your possession, or like potentially in your possession. So it's like you don't know what to do with it, or you don't know like how to attain it. You have an option. Everyone has an option to win Capcom Cup, but it's kind of like, what do I do? And then they're just so hyper focused on it. Like,
Yeah.
I always think like, whenever I go to a major, am I going to practice for the game? Yeah, because I enjoy the competition. A lot of other people are like, yeah, I enjoy the competition. No, you enjoy the money. You enjoy potential money. Most people will say that, and it's like, no, you just want money.
Yeah.
Because, and you can tell. Here's the real key difference. When you can tell someone cares more about the money than the competition, is that when they lose at a major, it ruins their whole weekend.
Yep.
It ruins their entire weekend. When someone just only wants the competition, it'll take them like 10 minutes, and they'll be like, yeah, let's go get drunk. Like, that type of stuff. No, straight up. You can have the same initial reaction of like popping off or whatever. Like, you're pissed, right? But takes someone maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, Adrian Calcifer. So yeah, it's like I know guys that like at Frosty's, I know guys that they lost, and it's like my whole weekend's ruined. It's like shut the fuck up. Like, go. You're in another place. That's the thing. Look at it like a vacation. It's just a vacation.
That's what we used to do.
You're. Here's what I don't understand. The reason I love majors so much is because it's a vacation where I basically get to go with hundreds of people that are just like me. Like, I get to go fight. I get to play video games on a vacation. Come on. Like, people don't look at it like that. You guys good? Good. Yeah, people don't look at it like that, and it's like, oh, man, you're missing out. You'd have so much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Evo is... I always tell people Evo is like a really good experience, and it's not because of like the venue is the best venue and all that. You're in Vegas. Have fun. When is the next time you're going to go to Vegas? Like, go have some fun.
Yeah.
You're in, like CEO is like, you're in Orlando. Go to Universal, right?
Stay
Six
out of the
Flags?
sun.
Well, it's like,
dang, the one CEO I went to must have been the hottest summer on record, I swear.
Yeah.
It was so hot.
I admit.
It was so hot.
A lot of the places they choose to have these majors are just in the hot. I remember when last time I went to Evo, it was like 115 degrees outside. And
But it was a dry heat, right?
Yeah, it was dry heat. My Uber driver almost fainted. Woo! Like, we were at a stoplight, and my Uber driver's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I need to pull over. I'll make your ride free." I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I need to get a water. I think I'm going to pass out." I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, God, yeah, let's go do that then.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, dude, get a water. Yo. Ooh. Okay, that was clean.
That was nice.
But I like how this whole commentary turned into kind of like a podcast type of deal. Nah, I think it was fine. But, yeah, like, whenever I go, like, you know how many people in the DNF community thought I went to Japan just for a DNF Arc Revo final? That is insane. That flight was 2K. My whole job is going to be out there. You think I'm not going to try and explore my whole job site? You know how much ahead I'm going to be in front of my classmates in my majors for that? Like, get to experience... I purposely got the worst capsule hotel to experience more culture shock in the area. Like, that whole tournament was like the biggest bonus ever. But the trip itself was what I wanted. I wanted to go. What? Like, if you told me I could maybe stay like a week if I just skipped the tourney, no hesitation, I would have said yeah. Like, that's like, bro. I prefer this because I talk to you guys when I'm there. This too is honestly just feels like, yeah, you're already here. We need a Mana Blades cutout. Fuck commentating on matches. We know what's gonna happen. Oh, good goalbers. I mean, I don't know. I people will say like, why does FGC not have any money? Oh, it's so obvious. We don't deserve money. Like, I don't know, man. I see how people are like at majors, and it's like, yo, we don't deserve money. Bro, like that whole... You go to any major, and you meet like at least 5 or 6 out of 10 people, and it's like, their existence is a Twitch TOS violation. Like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna get sponsored for, man? Like, we have a Tekken player called Ass Eater, for fuck's sake. Like, you think we need... Bro, look at my name. You think we deserve money?
Well,
I'm contributing to that problem.
Yeah. I've had that conversation with folks.
We don't
times.
deserve money.
It's like, now, no, well, yeah, you have a dude named Ass Eater. Yeah, there's nobody wanting to put their name on that.
Any community that is originated from someone like DSP or LTG, bro, we don't deserve money, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, Sonic Soul. Like, now I'm buddies with Sonic Soul. He a friend to me and all, but he gets himself caught in some weird situations where it's like, you think a company is gonna want to give you like money to go to a tournament?
No.
Maybe some Twitch sponsorship or whatever,
Maybe.
because of your viewerships.
Yeah, but
you know,
yeah. like Sonic Soul. I like to watch his streams and stuff, but sometimes it can be like,
My name is Twink Bust. Jesus.
oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nah, like
Yeah, I just became friends with him on Steam recently, and like one day it's just like, what the hell kind of name is that?
that's a funny ass name. See, a name like that. Imagine you were playing like Tekken 8, right? And the best American player is named Twink Buster. Are we gonna give them sponsors? Are we really getting money?
Probably not.
Like, look, I'm just saying. DNF Western representation of me going to Japan was like the worst. I was the worst option because of my name. Like, you think I care about a sponsorship at that point?
No, obviously not.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just saying, in a game like DNF, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing on the game, but it's like a bad thing on like how popular the game is, if that makes any sense. I'm not getting a type of like real sponsorship. No one's getting a real sponsorship. Like, my plane's covered, my hotel is covered, food is covered, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Where I'm basically just getting paid to go there.
To go, yeah.
There's like maybe 20 players I could think of that have an actual contract like that. Out of how many FGC players that are sponsored?
Right.
Like, come on now. You look at a sponsored player and it's like, where is that contract? If they don't tell you, it's like, yeah, I didn't sign a contract. That's not a real sponsorship. They're giving you word of mouth so that when they get rid of you, there's no legal obligation.
The rough life of the contract life. You gotta have a contract.
That's literally the whole point. People get confused by that though. Like, people legitimately get confused by that. It was like, why would I need a contract? And it's like, why the fuck would you not need a contract?
Yeah, you need something in writing.
Yeah.
You never trust things like what's on verbal in most cases.
Like-
you always try to have something in writing.
Yeah, like, what, you're gonna write that shit on a napkin? It's like, I promise. Like, no. Like, I'll see, even some of my buddies, they got sponsored by, like what, Oni? That up-and-coming esports group, and it's like, if you didn't get a contract, it's not a real sponsor. It can be a sponsor. Like, yeah, they'll maybe pay for some stuff, but it's not a legally contracted sponsor. It is not there's a huge difference in that. And there's, like I said, there's maybe like 20 players with an actual, they had to write their whole name down. Like, they got a whole lawyer and everything to look at that stuff. And that just tells you, like, there's just not a lot of money. Like, why would companies take the risk to sign you in a genre where you're probably not going to make a lot of money? You know? Like, I can understand certain players, like, you know, if IDOM was like, yeah, here's the contract for whatever sponsorship, I would understand that. IDOM is arguably the best American player. Like, you would send him to some random major, and you would think, yeah, there's a really solid chance he'll get first.
Yeah.
You know, Punk, yeah, there's a really solid chance he'll get first. Because
Would definitely always be, you know,
here,
top 8 at least.
well, here's what that's the purpose. That's what sponsors. If you get something like top 16 or whatever, they don't care. Even sometimes top 8, but relatively, it's like, if you don't get top 8, you are going to be in hot water. That type of thing. Like,
Yep.
and 9 times out of 10, as bad as it sounds, nowadays it gets to a point where sponsors, like legitimate companies that are sponsoring players, they don't care if you do good in tournament. If you have, like, if you're streaming a game and you have like 500-600 plus viewers and you're getting like, you know, 100, 200, 300 plus subs like every week or some shit like that,
Well, that'd be nice.
they want that
Yeah.
rather than a player that gets first at every tournament that they enter.
They want people who put butts in seats.
Yeah,
And
they
provide
want
that
people that give
representation.
viewership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No one cares about that top player who he doesn't stream, he's not social media active. Like, that first place medal looks good in maybe one Twitter photo that you post like every month versus oh, I don't even compete in majors, but I'm popular. I bring like 2K viewers over. I'm not even good at the game, but that's 2K viewers that you're probably not even going to get from your top player. Yeah, because views get money. Views get attentions of sponsors because that sponsor wants more people to look at you. And as sad as that sounds, like, yeah, if you're going to try and do shit in the FGC, just make content. Just make content. Like, be funny. You don't have to go to a single major to make money in the FGC. Just make content. Like, yeah, and when I tell people that, I have actual proof. You know what's the most viewed Street Fighter V stream?
Well, when you mentioned Street Fighter 5, I was just going to immediately say Maximilian for some reason before that when it comes to fighting games in general. But Street Fighter 5, I don't know. I haven't been really following Street Fighter 5 streams, to be honest with you.
The most viewed sequences, and I say this because it's multiple streams by the same person who has overshadowed all the other separate views from Street Fighter, including Capcom Cup, was when a VTuber, a Japanese VTuber, Korone, streamed Street Fighter V. She got more views, she got more sponsors that game has ever had in like a sequence of 3 or 4 streams. And she was, yeah, she's bad at it. She doesn't know how to play. She played it. And it became the most viewed stream for that game. Yep. And that was recent. So it's been 7 years. You see? Like, that's the proof.
Right.
Like, oh, this popular streamer, or really just any streamer that would just generally get popular due to content, is going to get way more attention. Like, because, you know, Street Fighter 6, they got, for the next, I think it's like the next announcement or whatever, they got Lil Wayne. Why would you get Lil Wayne?
To bring viewers.
Like, well, even so, I wouldn't bring Lil Wayne. But, well, okay. The reason why I would say Lil Wayne is because, like, you know, most people under 30 is not going to really know a single Lil Wayne song. Like, yeah, you may know 1 or 2, maybe, but it's like, because, you know, you'll see people, they'll know Lil Wayne, but it's like, can you name a song?
I certainly couldn't.
Yeah, I can.
Back then I used to remember, but I just lost memory and didn't care about it.
Like, if they brought someone more relative, because a lot of people are like, why aren't you bringing in, like, someone else that plays fighting games? They don't care if you play fighting games. They brought in Lil Wayne because he's Lil Wayne. Like, he is a rapper that if he streamed Street Fighter 6, it would also be probably the most streamed Street Fighter 6 stream that would happen. Like,
possibly.
I mean,
I'm just wondering what the big announcement is. It better not just be the open beta.
Oh! It's probably the open beta.
It's probably the open beta, I know.
Wow, I can't believe that didn't kill either.
But it better not be just the open beta.
But, you know, when I tell people that, they're like, they just don't believe me. It's weird. It's like you show them the numbers, and it's like it's a weird denial. It's like, you know, no, like, because I know people in DNF. They're like, yeah, I need to make a brand, and it's like, you're not making a brand out of this game. Like, no, like, I don't even like to put them down like that, but it's like you're trying to make a brand out of a really niche game in a niche community.
Yeah.
Like, if you were going to make content in the FTC, I straight up would have told you, is like, you should have started doing that when, like, Dragon Ball was a thing. Because you're going to get Dragon Ball audience, and then you're going to get the actual fighters audience. Like, what's his name? Jay Crofts? That dude made a lot of success off of doing that. Like, he just started making content when Fighters came out, and I think he's got like a almost it's either almost a mil or like 2 mil subs on YouTube, and with over like I think it's like 1 billion views. Wow! Like, if that's not success off of that, off of FGC, I don't know what is. You know. And now he just makes other content that does just as well because he properly branched out. now he just makes regular Dragon Ball content. It's like, oh yeah, I made content that appealed to 2 communities at the same time. So now I can just branch off of one. I don't have to focus on FGC anymore. Like, genius. But people just think that just making top placements is gonna get you everything.
Yeah.
It'll get you your like 15-second Twitter clip. I have mine when I popped off on the iPhone.
You know of Wolfelmonger, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he used to be like an SRK forum guy. He
Yep.
used to post a lot on SRK forums, and
Yeah.
then it was like, oh yeah, he's going to do something YouTube stuff, and then look at him, he's a content creator, and he doesn't, I mean, he's not a tournament player.
Nah.
Like,
No, he just does content like
Yeah.
for all fighting games.
yeah.
I mean, Maximilian is probably the best example of it. He's not really even a fighting game content creator. He just does whatever he wants, and he just got really successful off of it. He did it at like the best time you could ever think of.
Was like he came in with Street Fighter 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember he made that first video, and I went to his channel.
Yeah.
But if you looked at everything before that first SF4 thing that he made, he was a cosplay
Yep.
player. I was like, oh, okay, this guy's actually Call of Duty. Duty. Okay, well, that's cool. But then he made, some more Street Fighter stuff. So I went ahead and subscribed, and
Yeah.
it has been funny watching over the years. It's just the guy.
I
you
think
go
his
back and watch
content's
those.
fine.
Yeah. You go back and watch those early videos. It's like, man, it was rough.
Yeah. Like, the problem that I think some people have, because there's a way of doing it right and wrong. There's a way of doing it wrong where your entire community is purely FGC. That means it's just borderline impossible to branch out into anything else, but you'll never really be like that successful in the FGC. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get maybe 200-300 viewers if you're playing a fighting game, which is good. That's pretty good. But you keep trying to branch into other stuff and you instantly go down to like 30-40 viewers. Like, that's an FGC curse, you know? Because I think when you try to make FGC content, you have to make sure that FGC content appeals to a separate audience as well. Like, if you were going to do Strive content, right? And it's mainly like comedic content. You know, no one's gonna watch you do a Geo guide. No one's gonna watch you do that. Even if you're a top player, like there's only such a few amount of people that would watch that. Now, if you're gonna make like a Geo funny mod type of thing, whatever, that's definitely gonna get more views. But it's like, let's say you do that, you gotta put in enough content in that video where it's like, it would appeal to some type of anime community. What's up? Oh, okay. Like, you have to appeal to some type of, like, anime community or just something else. Yeah, Degens. Yeah, you could really just do it off of Degens. But, like, overall, if you're just making your pure brand off of FGC, you're just going to be stuck there forever. Like, if you... Yeah, well, I was saying, like... Well, but the thing is that Maximilian, the reason why a lot of these other streamers and content creators got a lot more successful is because they base their content audience off of more than just FGC.
Yeah.
When you do that, you can easily just branch off from the FGC and do whatever else, and you will easily claim a lot more success than people that are pure FGC. And then you have like 300-400 viewers in a fighting game, and then you try to play like some JRPG or whatever other stupid game, and you're going to go down to like 40 viewers, and you can never recover from it. Like, I mean, even then it's like if you have a good personality, you would keep that viewership. Like that, yeah. Like that's just how it is. You'll.
Avoiding the Pole's another one with Harris, because he goes across with other games.
Harris, yeah. No, Harris did great with it. And Harris, I think, is a really good example of, like, you don't need a lot of, like, production value.
like, no.
Yeah. Didn't Harris use like some weird? Yeah, Harris used to use some like real shitty 360 Connect type camera. Yeah. Sometimes people even like, as long as it's clear, but sometimes people even like a slightly shittier audio in case like something happens and you get like a fucking audio crack type stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think people could just do so much better if they just thought like that. Ooh, that was great. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about the voice purpling because I remember in Street Fighter 4 there was a voice microphone option when you play matches, but most games don't do that now. But NRS games, I think, do
And
that, so.
MKX did that.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat games were part of it, but no other fighting games I think really have.
They need to
mic
bring that
option.
back. No, that would easily make like great low production quality videos if they just brought that back. Easily.
Yeah. Golden times.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I remember. I forgot who it was. It was that Jackie player from MKX. He would just say slurs. It would just be video. It'd be videos other people recorded of the player, and he'd just be playing Jackie, just spam zoning, and it's like he's just saying slurs every time you get in. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna chuckle at that. That was close. Okay, fellas, well, it is my time to go, though, so I do hope the rest of the stream goes by well. It was good seeing you, Nolan.
All right, man.
It was great seeing you, man. Always glad to see you, but it is time to head out.
All right. Let's see, we got Yep. All right, I'm gonna get back on the stream real quick. Here.
Like back for Battle South?
All right. All right, I'm back on the stream now, dang it. Get a real stream director going now over here.
Yeah, I got
All right, so we're at losers final now.
Test.
Yeah.
I didn't know the guy was from Louisiana. We met from like many years back when we were doing like hotel events. So
Who?
Tony, I'm not gonna say the username.
He's not from Louisiana, but I know
He's not, but
traveled
he
over there
been
before,
been to there for hotel tournaments.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Whoops. What just happened? No. There we go. All right. All right, so it looks like we're going into losers final here. Still 3 out of 5. Oops. I thought whoops. Clear that. No. I was a fool. Let's do button check it anyway. So Adrian. You should do that name too whenever you do him, because his name here is lowercase to make it look like that. Yeah, that's weird. It's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I just felt the way it was exactly what
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
I know.
like you are.
Yeah.
Odd.
Yeah. But again, since the font I use is always all caps, it just looks weird. Like that.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. All right. So we're going into losers final here. Winner goes to grand finals against Calcifer. Always want to call him Calcifier for some reason.
I was thinking of like calcifer. I don't know.
Yeah.
That type of chemical compound, maybe. Never know.
At reception, wait.
All right. So they
You gotta be a ninja.
yeah, pretty much everybody that's left are former champions.
Duel 1.
Yep.
Like multiple time champions too. Adrian has won at least 2, maybe 3. Emperor has won 4 or 5, and Calcifer has won at least 1. So
Sorry, down really low health. But yeah, that talk about with getting like success or like as a person within like gaming events and such. Yeah, like I mean you shouldn't really be looking at it in terms of like money for competition like that. It's more about like how passionate you are for it. So
well, yeah, that'll definitely make it a much more enjoyable experience. If you're doing something you actually like.
yeah, you just can't have money as your driving force. I mean, really it's to be you really love it what you do.
And I mean that's really with anything you do in life.
Yep. So that's all comments on event hubs. Like, oh, they're gonna go now because there's a lot of money. It's like,
Oh, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
trust me, when that live stream hit, if there are a lot of players who have not played in a long time that sat the hell up and was like, I need to start playing again. All of a sudden you see, oh dang, what's the dude's name? The Guile player.
Guile player,
I think he won the first Capcom Cup for Street Fighter V.
Knuckle Dude.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you see him starting to stream again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he just suddenly became interested in Street Fighter again, huh? Interesting. I wonder why. I'm trying to get that money. What do you think? Daigo's like, man, $1 million and the guy I use is good again? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm sure Daigo's gonna have a field day with that. Especially, both Do and Guile, but Do and Daigo, but
Hell, even Mike Ross is like, I'll give it a shot.
yeah.
But yeah, is there any surprise you're starting to see a bunch of folks you hadn't heard from in a while?
Yeah. It's like at the end of the day, though, it's like, you have to have something that, causes like a, what gives you as a player that gives a good, like, aura that's, say, you have a pretty good personality to provide and you're, provide something for not even just within the community, just all around, like just so you're a good person for someone to watch and attract you. But we'll see how that all turns out. I'm curious myself. There was something I did want to mention about the total tournament thing too, because I kind of wondered if it's really going to even help like your local tournaments. Because for one, you remember how like I kind of like figured out the tournaments here, right? It was like with the GameStop tournament. And the GameStop tournaments, they were held like practically a lot of places within the U.S. So I know there's like it's incentives for like for this one with like how much money is being offered with Capital Hub, right? Practically $1 million, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's going to be at their major whole events. Like, at least going to be some online events, right?
As far as I know.
Yeah. So there's a few problems with that. I mean, we're not getting like the interaction of like people to people events like your local tournaments. You know, I understand that having an online user base is important, but getting to meet people too, that's a good quality you get as well that you don't always experience. At least, especially with the whole post-pandemic times we've gone through. And yeah, the GameStop tournament, I feel like they kind of handled that well because you had to go to places, and even though the rules were honestly terrible, like you still like meet people, and then you then find out more events within the area. Like that's where I found out. Oh, Louisiana does Battle for the South. They had their thing going on. Come by. It's not really well advertised, but for like across globally. I mean, because back in the day, you only had Shoryuken forums, and I mean, I don't even think there was a Facebook page at that time. So you just, that's probably one of the good things of having the GameStop tournaments back then was, you can stumble across people, then you spread the word. That definitely did brought more people. Here, this situation is, yeah, we have online tournaments now to get on board, but to actually, what's in store for the future? I guess that's a concern because, sure, you get into now these events online where you meet, people around the world to play, and that's to say virtually. But then once it's all said and done, where do you go from there? And a lot of times, people may not, get too far. That's just like the ultimate result of things for most people. So usually, and this is where I feel like this could be a problem because the GameStop tournaments you'll meet people, and a lot of times they'll be more invested in trying to help you out and then encourage you to go from there. Whereas online people, they may not be talkative. They'll just they just want to get the game in and just head on out. And then you're just at your home. You don't really get to continue from there. Because yeah, at that time I remember I was like thinking that Mississippi, well, it's just Mississippi. It's no California. It's no New York. It's no Texas. It's no Florida. So there's like no events around my area. So I mean that's where I kind of like give props for the GameStop event because it's like a nationwide event where you meet up and it's like you're going to meet people once you hear it. The online event, I had the feeling that you're only gonna meet that one person you play online, and chances are they're not gonna really talk to you. I mean, you may want to start a conversation, but who's to say the person's just gonna want to just say GGs and then just don't respond to you? They can do that, and you can't follow up from there. And I know like certain communities like web hubs, like event hubs, they used to had a map portal to see like what's in the area, like can you meet people around that lives nearby you.
Yeah, that's kind of what Event Hub started off as.
Yeah, but they
Where the name came from.
but they haven't really advertised that as much lately as they do. I think.
No, now they're just pretty much a news aggregator.
Yeah, I mean they probably at some point. I mean it would be smart with Street Fighter 6 coming out that they should try to push it that like saying hey we have this function here that our site supports where you can meet people nearby you, and now it'd be good if they can also have a event finder too as well that can update for you like what's the nearest Facebook community support. There's a spreadsheet out there. I don't know if it's regularly updated, though. That's the problem. Nor do I know what the exact link is because I can't. You'll see it one time on Twitter and then it's gone, unless you bookmarked it.
Right.
So, I mean, that's one of my concerns here, like, with these events, it just sounds nice. I don't know if I feel it will help the people locally to find their local events. It's just going to encourage that you can get into tournaments, but how do you improve in not from a player experience, but how do you improve from a social standpoint and to have more fun within the community? I think that's the missing part. I think that it could be improved on. I feel not to say that the money, the incentive that money's not good. I mean, it's definitely something, but just something to keep in mind.
Well, they'll have, they'll use the Frosties and the CEOs and the stuff like that as their in-person thing, not to mention their own in-person events, I'm sure, too. I mean, online's not necessarily going to be the, the main way of doing it.
Yeah.
So, but that also allows folks who may not be able to travel to be able to, get some points otherwise. So that's a good thing, too. All right, so Emperor takes that. That's going to put him in grand finals on the loser side. So we got who's he? Oh, Calcifer. Yeah. All right, so Calcifer. Yeah. So we got Calcifer. Emperor coming in on the loser side. And this would be the oh crap. That's Adrian's right there. Adrian takes third. Yeah, go find him and make sure he doesn't leave without getting his money. Like last time. All right, so here we go. Grand final. Two former champions. Getter Emperor on the left, Calcifer on the right. Here the buttons getting set. So before we begin this final match, let's talk about Engage Gaming, Mobile's best modern-day arcade, 5701 Moffett Road, Mobile, Alabama 36618. Give them a call, 251-378-8260. Check them out at EngageGamingMobile.com. This is where we do all of our events. We do our weeklies. We do our bi-monthlies here. It's just an overall cool place to be, man. And that's where we be now. All right, so getting ready to get this grand final set started. Here we go.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
Heaven or hell.
At reception, wait. You'll be playing my foil, right? Angie versus Faust. Duel 1.
All right, here we go. Two worst characters of the game. Let's do it.
This is apparently top 3. Funny part. Well, it's not even top 3. It's grand finals.
Yeah, grand final.
That's I don't know what to say about that, but hey, it's just one of those weird things. I guess gimmicks and Let's Play characters are just not in the memories of those who wants to see all the VO players and not the Chaos players, I guess.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the case for what? Reminds me of the time when Justin played Dan against Air. It's like not many people played against Dan. And he still did well and took over Air.
Nose win. All right. This is where you don't want Angie. You're back against the wall. Good block. Kiss the man grab. Afro. Wrist. Oh, that's the counter. Oh no. Okay, was able to block. Right. Emperor takes game 1. Emperor coming from the loser side, he's going to have to win 6 total games in order to take this whole thing. Meanwhile, Calcifer only has to win 3.
They blame Duel 1.
Oh, got him. Let's say watch the bomb. Oh, they both got hit anyway. Overhead gets the follow up. Gets the command grab. Ooh. Just non-stop offense. Emperor can get out of his corner. Push him back a little bit. Okay. Get back in. Teleports out.
Wall break? Or Oki? Oki's.
Is this going to be it? That'll do it.
Oh, nice.
One round each. Two bombs. Look out. Oh, block it. Just gonna go overhead. First, okay. Oh, this, I'm about to say it's good to bad. This might be it. Yep. Right. So now Calcifer got her one. See, I said Calcifer again. Calcifer.
Calcifer.
Calcifer. Calcifer. Alright, so now we're 1-1. Blow the horn. Okay. Just left cut. All right. Switch sides. Go for the overhead. This block, but he gets with the low. All right. So now he got him in the corner. He's going to want to stay close and keep the pressure up.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man grab's good too. 5-8 throw. Corner.
Oh, no. One more hit. Oh, okay. Go with this music.
Yeah, they got the X boss playing. She's barely. There's no. Normally can't hear it in a character versus game, unfortunately.
All right, Calcifer pushing back out on screen. Working away to the other corner. Oh, 8 teleports. Trying to run. Oh, okay. Guess we got to throw. Not about to see. He might try it again, but he missed. Oh, okay. So now Calcifer's 1 game away from taking the championship.
Yep. Put Anji on the board for you.
All right,
Oh,
all
that's a
break.
good bit of damage there.
A lot of damage.
Nice.
Oh, got a counter. Always forget he has that. That's at least the second time today I've seen it hit. All right, so Emperor gets that round. Calcifer with a good start here, gets another counter. Got him in the corner. Wall. Break. Positive bonus.
Big burst. Choice
I
there.
mean, kind of had to, but probably a bad idea.
It was kind of high up there.
Yeah. Yellow burst.
Well, it's a good choice of blocking.
Oh no.
Cancel.
Let's grab
Gonna be
again.
a wall
This
bounce wall.
could be. Nope. Oh.
2-2.
All right, so we're 2-2. Calcifer takes this next game, he wins. Emperor takes this next game, we get a reset. That gets out of the way of that. And an uppercut. All right, again. Right where Calcifer wants him. That's the thing, he's got to be careful about his approach. He can just stick so much stuff out to hit him. It's too many obstacles.
Yeah, the little minions, and it's still attacking the little minion. And we're one round away for Emperor to reset. Turn Calcifer mines, you just want to really want to make that not happen. Just try to get through this, 'cause that's a whole nother row of wins to go through.
Wall break.
Nice break, yep.
Oh,
this is not good.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
going to fall right into it, and we get a reset.
Oh man. And they go right in it. I'm
Hey, man.
surprised.
Why not?
I'd take a break.
You know what this is.
I mean, at least the person that had the loss order reset, yeah, I would probably take the moment to go to character select and just, evaluate things.
And why bother? You know who you playing. The other guy know who he's playing. You know what it is. Let's just do it.
Maybe it's just late at night.
It is getting kind of late. It's like, you know what? Let's just go home. All right, just throw. Cross up. Okay, good burst there. Oh, but the teleport behind while he was charging up the butterfly.
Counter hit. Oh, well, some corners now belonging to Andy. That was weird.
A little too high.
Nice. Man grab. Now we got an Afro.
Emperor's got a. Okay, well, he had a little groove going, but
Rocking with the Afro.
just side switch. Trying to get him on the wall. Oh, but since
Nice
the Afro on
conversion.
fire.
Yep. Good job.
Cross under. All right, so game one.
Yep.
The reset goes to Emperor. Emperor fighting his way through here. All right. Set the hair on fire. So you gotta watch the banana peel there. All right. Oh, nice. Just throw. Oh man, he keeps whipping that. He's really been paying for those whiffs.
Oh, I like the idea. That was very nice. Hope bait to throw with it. No, I'm gonna cancel it to be safe. Good job. Good air conversion. Boss in the corner. It's not probably not so good. Boss is looking to make seal the deal here.
All right, got away from the bomb. Oh, just the counter. Gets the low counter again. Okay, this time with the follow up and into the super. This is gonna hurt.
At 4 feet.
Just throw.
Oh, get all the meter.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, good. Sick cross up.
Yeah, but he's gonna be able to do it again.
Super game. Yep. One time wasn't enough. Gotta go for a second time. That's the other foot. Slow things down. Got a good counter hit off of that.
Yeah.
And set up.
Anti-air. Oh, nice.
We're not safe.
Watch the bomb. He tried to hit it. It was like, nope. Still too far back. Again. Okay, there we go. Take it to the corner. Oh, he went for the overhead.
Yeah. Got the yellow RC out. Avoid it.
All right, first.
Oh, good
Blocks the
cancel.
overhead,
But
but
kind of hard to.
doesn't block the low.
Yeah.
Just a throw. All right, so Calcifer's on the board now.
Yep. Evening it up. Still in it.
Literally anybody's game. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to twirl my way out of all of this, but it's not helping him much now. Yep. Throw.
Get you next time. Slap.
Oh, wait, oh, oh, my God. All right. Nice. First to get himself out of the corner. Moving in. Right, first to not have to deal with the hello.
I can barely see what's going on. But I guess was wrong there for Anji. Calcifer needs to get to secure the next few wins because Emperor can take the whole match at this point. Just need one more game.
Emperor takes his game. He reset and will have won. So far, Calcifer's
Yep.
well,
Picking it high here.
was a perfect. perfect, but
Perfect
more.
avoided. Ooh. I mean, I like the idea of bursting just to make sure you get the round at least.
Uh,
Alright, good call out. It's in the corner. Not, that probably not good for Foster serve. Really slow at normals. This is looking pretty solid on Calcifer here. Uh-oh, and then in the corner. No good. Minions roll down, so we're gonna get meter build like crazy. Good knockdown. First is pretty good choice there.
that's
Really good
gonna-
whip on his
yeah.
there.
This is going to do it.
Yep.
All right, so
Calcifer's alive.
here we go.
We're
2-2.
evening up. Yeah. This has been a pretty good set, I'll say.
Yeah, next win takes the whole thing.
And they're both mobile players, are they?
I believe so. Well, I know Emperor is. I think Calcifer's up here. And it's going to go ahead and end it out.
And out of the ball for good measures.
That puts Emperor on match point. Calcifer's got to take this round in order to stand a chance.
Yep. He's getting a lot of mileage when he's gets the first hit.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed with Calcifer. If he happens to land to get the first hit, chances are the set's going to start pretty well for him.
We need to take the wall damage.
Yeah, it's going to get the meter.
And a positive
nice
bonus.
throw.
And just
Good
runs
job.
up for the throw. All right, this is it.
Yep. This is the last round.
Final game, final round.
Even out. You had to use the burst. Yeah, this is where usually Emperor's doing mostly a good job here, is when he avoids getting Calcifer to get the momentum. And this is really looking hard on Calcifer right now. He can,
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice block.
Block good, but
Really good block there. Nice kick conversion, but the fireball volcano is just nullified that.
Dropped it.
Oh, the tournament nerves are getting in. Oh, nice
Just
throw.
throws.
This is really close looking right here.
I guess the overhead that should do it. He did it.
Oh, nice.
Got him. All right, so
That was really close game
Calcifer
there.
ends up getting it at the slimmest of margins right there at the end. 3-2. So that was great.
That was pretty
That was a really good finals.